What do you want to start
We have
with?
to talk with We have to
start with Spider-Man. Okay.
Spider-Man is my thing. I absolutely have to talk about.
Fair.
Okay. Do you want to go first on?
I'll let you go.
Okay.
Because I'm still thinking about the movie.
I thought it was. I loved it.
I thought it was very good.
I had a great time watching it. There's some unexpected aspects of it.
Yeah, it's a weird movie.
I can't wait to. I can't wait to just kind of talk through it.
Yeah. Because it's equal parts Spider-Man and an equal parts X-Men movie. And so and it's like the plot feels almost more X-Men-y.
It was very mutant plotted.
Yeah. And it's hard. I still haven't fully decided. It's not my favorite of the four. I'll say this. For whatever reason, I think this will change on a rewatch. I think I'll like it better on a rewatch. Yeah. For whatever reason, I just didn't connect with it.
Okay.
Visually, it's by far the best. Like, not even close.
Sure.
Like, the best comic visuals in any of the Spider-Man movies. Like, whatever. Best directing, best suit. I agree with all of that stuff. But for whatever reason, something about the story I just didn't connect with.
Sure.
But I don't know.
I think...
But but otherwise, it was still an excellent
I think
movie.
What I loved about it is... It was just... I mean...
It was just classic
Spider-Man. It reminds
Spider-Man.
me of just how good Tom Holland is at Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I mean, he is... I just love Spider-Man. I love all the Spider-Man.
Well, because it takes... I don't care. Tom Holland, in my opinion, is the best.
I would agree.
He's the best cohesive.
Yeah.
Right? Tobey was maybe the best... Was before... Tobey Maguire was maybe the best Peter Parker. Andrew Garfield was maybe the best Spider-Man. And Tom, I think, took the best elements of both of them. Okay. I think that Tom's performance, as I could see in this movie, I think he's a good mix of the two. And then this movie very much took the best parts of the Tom Holland version and then made him classically like he was in the comics.
Yeah. Well, and it felt like its own Spider-Man adventure.
Yeah.
While there was plenty of other characters in it, it did feel less high stakes.
Yes.
You know, it's like, it's not that there's not stakes.
It's a street level movie.
It's a street level Spider-Man movie.
Yeah. It's like, it nailed the Spider-Man tone. There's certain things that just like rub me the wrong way. Like it's all minor nitpicks, right?
Yeah.
I still think there was maybe one too many things.
Okay.
I didn't like the hand in this.
Well, that's where I was like, me and you were theorizing and talking like a little bit. It's like, man, how are they going to do all these different things?
Because that's what it is, right?
And then they ended up not even like some of it. I was like, oh, that wasn't even like an actual relevant part of the story.
Yeah, I mean the montage was not expected. They did that with Fantastic Four, but it was one of those things where it's like the hand stuff specifically felt like, hey, I like ninja stuff. I want him to fight ninjas in the final fight.
It was not. And it was very much just these are random crummies.
Yes, and it's one of those things where I think there's one specific line that just rubbed me the wrong way. I'm thinking about this. It was the idea that they worked for damage control that rubbed me the wrong way. Like visually, the fight was amazing. The fight choreography was insane. Great job, amazing fight scene.
Yeah,
but there was something about every time he went to DODC headquarters,
just walking around
and red
another
ninja,
day in the office,
and it was just like, the hell. And because there was one line where he mentioned, he's like, yeah, it turns out the hand were just a bunch of troubled teenagers. They just needed the right.
They just need the right.
And I'm like, that's. I like fully recognize in the Netflix show they were very much the least interesting villains.
Yeah.
But there's no world in which you can say that without like it completely ignoring that
they would
show
just join a different organization or whatever.
Well, or that they were just troubled kids, right? That entire organization was a serious set of ninjas from China who was trying to resurrect zombie people. And I'm like, okay.
Well,
but and everything else I could get by, like, felt like the Punisher performance was different, but I was like, okay, I could justify it. And I didn't even mind the hand being in the movie. It was from the fight scene. It was just like, man, all you had to do was just say, hey, we arrested them. They're in that prison that Sadie Sink is from. And just have that be the
have them break out. By her,
like have Sadie Sink break them out of prison, and that's why they're in the final fight.
Like the only thing that can
I would have made more sense.
That can probably justify, them just like, I mean, to justify that, it would be like maybe damage control was like
like mind controlling them.
Was doing something.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that they couldn't.
But even then, I don't think it's something that's going to be touched on.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it just took me.
And this is a very little.
Oh yeah, it's a nitpick, but
you're more. For me, it's like. That Daredevil world, the hand, all that stuff is. You have more connection to it than I do. Where it's just like, okay.
Well, it's one of those things where I wouldn't care as much if they weren't actively bringing in and canonizing the Netflix as we speak.
Yeah, it kind of gets weird there.
It feels strange given that they're actively.
There's only a handful of them too.
And it's like
It just feels like that's where it just feels like these are some captured ninjas that they reprogram their mind. That's almost where it felt like that watching it, where they weren't even really people. Like they were. They were just kind of like some ninjas walking around the office. It's like, okay.
It was just like they were henchmen, and it was like, okay, what's the cool henchman? But it was just like with every other character that was in this, like excluding the montage stuff, but I kind of you should have known the montage was happening.
Yeah,
it's like, okay, whatever. They're recreating comic covers. That's why Tombstone's in it. Fine.
Yeah.
Like everything else felt like it had a purpose.
Yeah.
Except for that.
Yeah.
And that was
it's been multiple years. We're gonna show me beating up a bad guy. We're gonna show MJ and Ned getting a little older. We're gonna beat up the bad guy.
And it was just the thing we were talking about earlier, where it was my concern of there's just too many things going on.
Yeah. And they ended up not being relevant other than.
And I think that's what it was, right?
When they went and took down the hand, I was like, oh. I guess these guys aren't going to matter.
Yeah, exactly.
Really. I mean, they really still.
I would have rather them just stayed off screen. Like if they were in that one. I don't know. I don't know why it bothered me so much. I think it was just like because it felt that was the one thing that took me out of it.
Yeah.
Everything else was like, okay, Hulk's in this. I'm like, okay,
dude,
cool.
Okay.
They justified Hulk. They justified Punisher. They justified X-Men.
We're gonna jump around like crazy here.
Yeah.
Hulk, as freaking Hulk.
It was nice. It was a good way. It was
refreshing.
It was refreshing. That was a good way to reset his brain.
I love Hulk.
They used the inhibitor collar idea really well. That was
Jean Grey screwing up his mind again.
Yeah, it's like
makes sense. It's believable, and we get freaking Bruce Banner losing control of the other guy.
Yeah, it's
for the first time in like 400 years, and I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I love Hulk. Like.
Yeah, it was.
He's so cool to watch, and Jean Grey using him as a.
Yeah, I mean that's why he's in this movie.
Yeah, like mind control, like it's perfect. Like,
it makes
I like
sense.
That.
Yeah,
and
the fight was cool. It wasn't as long as I was expecting.
Like with the Hulk, you're saying?
Yeah, but it was really the stuff that was there was really good.
Yeah, and I just love the Punisher.
Yeah,
and I don't even really. I just love John Bernthal as him. He's so charming.
His performance in this movie is nothing like anything we had seen in any of. It's very different from every.
It's
very different from the TV show. It's very different from the special. But I think it's a better version. It's a more
MCU capable version.
It's a more palatable version.
Yeah,
it's very PG-13 down, but there's something about the tone of it that
where he's hard, but he's also like
a monster,
soft
who can't
and witty.
Speak.
Yeah, he's like witty. He's like makes little comments. Whatever. Like, and sometimes he makes those comments and the other things. It's just a little bit more. And the banter between him and Peter's
felt
really
good. Like this movie is a comic, right? It felt like a different author writing Punisher.
Yeah,
and that's
like he's a guest appearance in the comic. It felt that's a great way to put it. I felt like this is a Spider-Man comic book.
Yeah.
With guest appearances.
Yeah.
And it's exactly how I would picture I've read these other.
Yeah, and it's like they wrote Hulk differently than he had before. They wrote, they're writing Punisher differently, but it's like that's how it always is in comics.
And at no point was
there's nothing wrong with it either.
And I wasn't like, oh, this is a complete betrayal or this is not the character at all. It felt like
it felt like the character. It just felt like
in a different lens.
Tone. Yeah, exactly, a different lens. I've been wanting to go back and rewatch that Punisher special.
Yep.
But that's like so far in the opposite direction.
Oh, that's just. I mean, you don't even hardly hear him talking.
Exactly, he just screams.
He's just emotionally disturbed.
And it's interesting when you think about it from when you say that's a Punisher thing. The reason it is that way, why it's that violent, is because it's from Punisher's perspective, right?
Yeah.
This movie is from Spider-Man's perspective, so he sees Punisher differently than Punisher sees.
I did
the
like
world,
I mean, this is spoilers everything. We haven't really spoiled anything too bad, but just to throw that out there.
Mm-hmm.
I guess, oh man, where do we even start? Like, because I mean, we're just jumping around. Here's what I really liked about it at the end, is I actually thought that the storytelling aspect of it, like the character development, like I've found that in movies, I love a character arc that finishes and you go, okay, I get it. And I enjoyed how
we had very good character arcs.
How Peter is like, I'm evolving, my body's, my powers are mutating, but I want to stop it, and I want to just maintain who I am.
Yeah,
I've pushed out MJ and Ned, and I never gave them another chance. I'm just Spider-Man. I'm this guy for the last 4 years. That's who I'm going to stay as, even though things are naturally trying to change on me. And then the whole movie, he's like suppressing it, can't suppress it, but then finally gets to suppress it and has to realize,
he's not.
This isn't going to help me. Like, this isn't what is needed. I shouldn't be suppressing this. Just like hints when Bruce Banner's like, maybe it's not yours to decide. Like, this evolution, or whatever.
Well, it was a well written character arc. It was a good way to upgrade him, make him more of an adult spider.
Yep. He just evolved, and then I thought it was a great way of using that also as part of the way he reunites with MJ and Ned.
Yes.
Because I feel like the MJ Ned stuff could have been really just like, what?
I think that was the best part of the movie.
And they actually perfectly, I think, reconnected them.
Yeah.
While also having the relationship be a little different.
Yeah. It's like they could have made it too easy, and they didn't.
At first, I was like, we're still in like the middle of the movie, and when he gets MJ and then she kisses him and stuff and forget, I'm like, I hope this is like Jean Grey being freaking a jerk. Like, I hope that's what it is. Please be that. Do not tell me that just happened.
Yeah.
And then she's in. I was like, okay, yes, we are smart storytelling right now. I'm like, but that was, and she was, I really like Jean Grey.
See, I don't know how to feel about Jean, because, and this is why I said I think I'll like it more in a second time. Because the thing about this movie that keeps rubbing me the wrong way, and I couldn't stop thinking it, is like, I love this movie. What the hell is Doomsday? Like this. This entire thing feels like
this doesn't set up anything. That's for sure.
And this is the problem with Marvel, and this is why I'm terrified for Doomsday. Is like, I love what they're setting up. The stories they're planning on telling, going from this Spider-Man movie to the Thunderbolts being the Thunderbolt, New Avengers, them just going new X-Men. Like, hey, they're doing great job, great storytelling,
good planning out.
And it's like, you clearly have a plan. What the hell is Doomsday?
And how is it gonna?
It doesn't connect to anything. If anything, it does the opposite of like furthering the story.
It really just the only connection it's gonna have is the fact that the characters we know about and have already met are just all in it.
Yeah.
We don't know how they're in it, but they're all in it.
But yet Spider-Man's not in it, and yet Jean Grey's not in it.
Right.
And it's like,
because at the end there is no,
like, Jean Grey's like, Sadie Sink is in Secret Wars. She's been
everybody. Where it feels
is.
Like every hero is going to be in Doomsday. Every hero is going to be in the Secret Wars.
Yes. But at the end of the day, it's like, it feels just so strange, because it's like you're setting up a bunch of stories that we're clearly going to pick up after
but it's going to be after, like,
but after the world reboots. And it's like, you can't really just pick up this X-Men story.
Like, how are they? Yeah. Like
why'd you start the X-Men thing before Secret Wars?
Before you wrapped up the other thing.
Yeah. Like, if you're going to do it, like, cool, wrap up the other X-Men with the old actors, and then be like, the universe is merged, and that's why X-Men are here now. And then it'll be like, cool. But and they were this close until the movie before. And then
that's just where it's like, man, like, that's the thing. Like, is it all comes down to, like, are they going to tell a story that makes sense?
And I don't think they can.
Like, are they going to?
I think the story is going to make sense. I just think it's going to not make sense at all with what the world is doing. Or it's not that it's not going to make sense. I just think it's going to be it's going to be far less interesting than what they're currently trying to set up.
Well, and the things that you have question mark, we would have question marks about, is like, because by itself and the stuff it's this movie's setting up.
Yeah.
I'm
hyped
actually
as hell for it.
I'm actually more excited about what this movie's setting up.
Yeah.
Than the Doomsday stuff.
Oh, I think everybody is.
The street level Spider-Man, X-Men, bring in the freaking mutants, younger.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing I'm actually really excited about. That's the thing that
everybody's excited for.
Doomsday's here to wrap up
all
the other loose ends.
But what is it wrapping up, though?
Right. It's almost just bringing in characters that they never did anything with.
And it's just like, hey, we're going to tell a weird story that's going to change everything right as we're about to start selling a good story.
Well, the only thing that it would make sense of, like, I think one of the only ways they can make it make sense is if the conflict with Doomsday, or with Doom, I guess, doesn't come to Earth 616.
But it very clearly does.
Like, but obviously our heroes, like are they all going to meet up here and then go to the X-Men world?
You can tell from the trailer, the story of the movie is that it opens with the X-Men's universe colliding with our universe.
Yeah.
In an incursion event, it destroys the X-Men universe, kills a bunch of them, including most likely Xavier.
Probably all these guys, yeah.
Well, mostly, like, at least enough of them.
Yeah.
And then, some point, the Fantastic Four universe also collides with ours somehow.
Well, and that's where I don't know. I don't know if they're actually going to collide, like, because like you said, I don't know how they can collide the worlds.
Well, it's going to
make it make sense.
I think it makes sense if you're saying the three worlds, Fantastic Four, X-Men, and Avengers worlds are colliding, and that's why they weren't in the universe.
Yeah.
But then you go around, and then you're like, hey, we have our own homegrown mutants.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, cool. And from the very beginning, from before Civil War, I've always thought that the way they do mutants is what they did here.
Yeah.
Is where they you say the snap happens, and then you just say people start popping up with mutant powers like 5 years later.
Yeah.
It's like, cool.
They just happen, and that's
because that's how
they're just mutations.
Yeah, it's like that's how mutations work. But then they spend 3 or 4 movies being like, X-Men are multiverse.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. But I think this by itself, and as far as the stories and the characters are introducing us to,
exactly.
If you don't think about
where it's going,
and obviously we don't even know it is actually going to happen.
Yeah, and it's like that, and that's why I'm like, this movie is going to get better on rewatch because I'll be able to separate some of it.
Well, and that's where this movie, and maybe after watching this movie, it's like, man, the trailer did a really good job. I thought the trailer kind of did a good job of like, I didn't actually know what the story was going to end up being.
Yeah.
So maybe that's just kind of like a Marvel, like,
they're
just going to show us this stuff in the Doomsday trailer, and we're going to go in the movie and go, oh, this isn't the story at all we actually thought they were doing. They're doing something completely different.
Yeah.
Because this movie, it's like, they showed the Hand a bunch, and all these bad guys. Did they even mention Damage Control in the trailers?
Yeah. Damage Control was in the trailer.
I mean, I don't watch enough trailers, but it felt different than I was expecting, I guess.
Oh yeah, the trailer did a good job of hiding a lot of stuff,
which I appreciate.
Yeah,
sure.
that's always better than revealing these.
But what I really, I guess, swinging it back to Spider-Man.
Yeah,
I love the story, the Peter's arc.
Yes,
and what I really liked is how they used his arc as a way of intertwining it with Jean's arc at the end.
Yes, yeah.
Like, I like how Peter actually is the one. Obviously, he's going there. He realizes he screws up, and he's a saver, and like she's gonna lose it.
Yeah.
And his own perspective change is what he's able to use to change her perspective.
Yeah,
on going, hey, there's something more. There's more here.
Yeah, and it's fundamentally good writing, which is nice.
And I liked, and I even like the way that I liked Punisher's small little growth.
Yeah.
Him being ruthless, I'm going to kill you, whatever, and then ends up hurting Peter, and it's like, oh.
Yeah, shoot. Even if it's little. Every character had some sort
Hulk
of
is interesting character change. Jean with her sister, and now Damage Control, comic book wise, that's a name I've heard. That's a villain group against Spider-Man?
Kind of. Damage Control.
Are they always this type of corporation thing?
Well, they've been this in the MCU for a minute. Remember, they were in Homecoming, and then they were in Miss Marvel, and
I don't even think I realized.
Yeah, they were the people who have been set up really since Miss Marvel as the government organization kidnapping and hunting. Actually, no, that was all the way back. Damage Control was in, because I was just watching the movies. They were in Spider-Man 2.
Okay.
Because they came after Mysterio and stuff. They've been like hunting down mutants
I'll have to listen
for a while.
Yeah.
Different guy is their head, but Damage Control's been set up as
now,
this organization for a minute.
Is there a group of bad guys that call themselves Damage Control from Damage Control?
That's Damage Control in the comics, I don't know a ton about, but I know it's nothing like this.
Yeah.
They basically took other...
kind of combine things together.
Yeah, they combine a few things together. Damage Control...
But I thought they were interesting. I mean, I knew from the game, I'm like, okay, so these dudes are bad. Obviously, this head honcho guy is definitely terrible.
Yeah. I did not expect the sister thing, but it's also I didn't realize that Jean Grey ever had a sister.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting.
It doesn't sound like she anything like the comics though. She never has powers in the comics. I think she still lives with her parents or something in the comics.
Well, what I like is
basically name only, but it was what it was.
What MCU has done since the beginning, is
we're
going to take things, we're going to make our own version of them, and we're going to tell a really good story.
As long as the themes
so they count.
Yeah, as long as the themes are similar, the details don't.
And
really
matter.
If
you just take the story, like if you take a character, completely change them and write them badly, then no one's going to accept your story as a part of that character's actual lore. But like here, okay, in this version, Damage Control is this way, and Jean Grey the sister this way, and whatever. But they was so well told. It was really, that's fine. And I mean I don't have as much of a comic. From a Jean Grey character,
and I will say this too. Having watched or thinking back to the other X-Men movies, Jean Grey has never really had any personality.
Yeah,
she's just been her powers
powerful, and then can become too.
So
powerful.
It's like exactly. So it's like it's not nothing they did in this movie. And really, I mean, it didn't to me. It didn't feel like the character, but also when I thought back to what was like this, I was like, this didn't feel like the character. But then I'm like, what did the character feel like before? Oh. She didn't have any personality anyway.
Well, and
it wasn't the actress's fault. It was just the writing.
Well, and I think they picked the perfect. I think Sadie Sink is exactly what you.
Yes, I think she was exactly what they needed for this movie.
Troubled kid, she plays that stuff really well.
Yeah,
and I look forward to hoping and getting to see her.
Yes.
And some other, because she also, in the old X-Men, the stuff we've seen live action X-Men in.
Yeah,
they are older.
They're very much adults.
Where she feels
the original one, the 2000s, they were younger,
but even she feels even a little younger.
Yes,
to them, and I kind of like that.
Well, they're going for really young.
I think that makes it if more personable.
Yeah, if you see who they're casting for the X-Men right now, they're all like Tom Holland, Homecoming age.
Yeah,
or like enough that they
at least look like that.
They look like it. Yeah,
can play that age group. Yeah, and that's where I liked her and Peter.
Yeah,
because you can feel that Peter's a little older than her, but they don't feel like it's like an adult and a kid. It's like a young adult and a later teen, like a teen. It just worked. I like the age range.
Yeah, I agree. I will say this: I am worried. Some people online, specifically like Eric Voss and Coy, are where my opinions come from.
Yep,
they have said that they think the reason that she was so brutal in this movie is that they need to just in the world of the MCU justify why people hate mutants.
Yeah,
because it's one thing in the comics where they're like, hey, we're racism against mutants because minority groups, that's how society works. But also we do live in a world with the Avengers. So we've had magicians and Hulks and everyone just accepts them at this point.
Very odd.
So you need to do something to pivot the world. So I reckon I understand that logic of, hey, the mutants got to be, at least the first few got to be kind of evil. But I do think
or at least
it was maybe a bit much. She killed a few too many people.
Well, at least cause, and I don't even.
Or you can have the powerful events without them feeling.
I think they're
malicious, but this movie she feels like malicious.
Oh, she doesn't care. Yeah. Well, and what makes me feel better, I guess, if you look at Civil War,
it ended well, but
if you look at Civil War, we had our heroes, but then it was this divide of you guys are way too violent. You've caused all this stuff.
Yeah.
So we either get to control you, or go away. Whatever. And so I feel like it'll probably feel it'll probably feel similar to that.
It will likely feel similar.
And so I'm like, we've done that type of thing in the past.
Yeah.
I think
I'm not saying that it can't be done, and I trust the writers and the actors to make it make sense. But there are a few moments in here that are like, hey, you possessed a guy and walk in front of a moving car.
Oh yeah, she
like
was
you
mean,
you killed a few innocent people for just the sake of being cruel. I'm like, I'm not saying you can't come back from this, but but also Jean Grey does go Phoenix, so it's like, hey, maybe just we make her a bit darker from the beginning. I'm like, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
So it all depends on where it goes.
All the X-Men characters you're gonna have be a little twisted. It would be her.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
It would be her.
It'd be her or any of the Magneto villains.
Like if Cyclops was walking around like zapping dudes, it'd be like, okay, what the heck? But like Jean Grey, it's like you're fricked up.
That's fair.
She's always fricked up at times. But I'm trying to think of what else there is.
It'll just really all depend on where they go with it, I think.
I guess
how they do with it.
What else? I think the last fight, everything, the way it all played out was cool.
It was,
but
the
like
pacing was surprisingly good. The pacing.
Yep. Yeah, I was never at any point like, all right, let's pick it up, or I was never like, all right, let's slow it down. Yeah. Like I was with it the whole time.
Yeah.
I guess re-highlighting the fact that the Ned and MJ stuff.
I think that was
because it didn't need to be a big part of the movie, but it needed to be in the movie. Yeah. And every time it was on screen, it's like, oh, you guys are doing this so well.
Well,
yes.
Going back and rewatching all the other Tom Holland movies, those two really are the heart from the beginning. I mean, May was May.
Yeah.
But she's his Uncle Ben. But from the very beginning, it's been really, the first movie, MJ wasn't really a thing.
Correct.
But,
she was an afterthought a little
bit. Ned was there from the beginning, and then Ned and MJ have become their character. From the second movie on, they've been so integral to the character of Peter. I couldn't imagine that's why it was so strange when they lost the memories. I was like, and what they did with it is interesting.
Yeah.
I think it was a good idea to do, in hindsight. But it's just like, this movie would not have worked if they weren't in it, because you need that emotional anchor.
Well, and it just felt like, and I don't know if they were planning this, how everything went with Spider-Man, but I think
it worked.
The multiple year age gap, or the multiple year time jump, just worked as
that was a good
making
idea.
him into neighborhood Spider-Man. Works with the cops. Yeah. He's just fighting the schmoes in New York, and he's doing the thing, right?
Yep.
And like that just works. It just works and then they're at college, and you use that as kind of your way of showing, look at all this time's passed, and Peter's kind of given up on them, but like still misses them a bunch.
Yep. I think it was all done really well.
It makes sense that she figured it out or found out prior to him ever telling her.
That's how she found out in the first place.
And that's exactly how that should go.
Yep.
And then I love, it was so good when she. And I'm, sometimes they go, oh, now I'm going to be mad at you. And she was for a second.
But it was realistic.
It was good. And then it was like, but we're moving forward. And it's like, great.
It was what a normal
when
person
that lulls around, it's like, oh, we're just going to be mad.
Yeah.
That went away. And then she takes him to Ned, and like they're playing Legos with Spider-Man. He loves, and of course Ned loves Spider-Man still. And it was great. And she draws the picture, and it's like, oh, it's so wonderful. Like, they're best buddies, And then at the end, we get them being best buddies again. And
I appreciated. I liked the idea that they set up of. It's not. We'll see. In that last scene with Ned could mean a lot of things.
Yeah, because I saw it. I mean, I haven't watched a whole lot about it.
It's like I definitely saw it. He didn't. His memories didn't come back, right? Like he very much was like, "Oh, Peter. Oh yeah." As an MJ said, it was from that scene before. There's like Spider-Man's name is Peter. Well, that's what that was.
Yeah.
But the way that I saw the handshake was like his memories are gone, but muscle memory still exists.
Well,
and that's an interesting idea.
Well, and he forgot Peter. But he didn't necessarily forget a handshake, a friend handshake he had.
It's like that kind of stuff.
No one's saying he can't forget his handshake, and that just like happening, and like they were just buddies a second ago, and he said Peter was Spider-Man, and so I also
didn't remember how much that handshake was part from the very beginning. Going back and rewatching these three movies from the very beginning, every single time there's a major character moment, those two do the handshake. Like three times in the first movie, right before they're about to die. Even in this last movie, when they're about to, right before he's about to wipe the memories, they walk up, do the handshake, and go into a hug. And I'm like, damn, this really is just this is their thing. I mean, I get it, though.
And I'm glad, because at first I was
a handshake with my best friend.
I was wondering, I was like, okay, so are they just going to do like, I hope Ned gets a moment too. And Ned got a moment. And I'm like, good. This is exactly what we need. Now, I guess we've kind of hit most of the story at this point.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I was waiting. I was like, end credit scene. Yeah. What are we going to do here? Yeah. They still kind of let me down. But I'm intrigued. I'm sure you have found out more about what that possibly could mean. I don't know.
It could mean a lot of things.
I mean, Spider-Man in space.
Nobody knows for sure. It's either this Spider-Man... It's either a Secret Wars tie-in for this Spider-Man, or it's a tie-in from just saying Toby or Andrew merged during Doomsday or something. It could be anything. No, it's very vague.
Yeah, it's just, I feel like it's just the idea that there's going to be another Spider-Man from somewhere.
Yes, yeah.
You know?
It's
whether that's a multiversal travel or...
It's about as vague as they can make it, which is fair. But again, this goes back into the Doomsday thing, right? If Doomsday wasn't happening, the end credit scene to this would be Charles Xavier walking out of the mansion to pick up Sadie Sink. And I'm like, man, that'd be so much more hype.
Well, dude,
But because Doomsday's here, it doesn't feel like they want to set up anything.
Right, well, and that's where I was like... I mean, I'm such an end credit guy. I love those freaking end credits. So I'm waiting. I'm like, come on, don't be a jokey one. So I'm glad it wasn't just like
it wasn't a jokey one, but it wasn't
a joke.
But it wasn't.
But it didn't really like get you ready for Doomsday. I mean, I would have taken just some Doomsday footage.
Yeah,
or something.
literally.
It didn't have to even connect. It doesn't have to connect to Spider-Man.
No,
it just has to get us ready for the next one.
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, I think if I remember, there's other movies that had end credit scenes that just like showed stuff.
The Ant-Man end credit scene was a scene from Civil War with Captain America and Bucky.
That's the one I was thinking of.
You could have just done that.
But whatever. I mean, that's fine. Whatever. But I mean, I miss my end credit scenes. But
it makes a difference.
I mean, hey, it was interesting. I mean, why'd they have to make me wait through the 20 minutes of credits watch that? I don't know.
Because why not?
I know. They're like, you are going to sit through it all, sucker.
I will say this, though, and this goes... Is there anything more we want to talk plot of the movie? Because I have another
for Spider-Man or for something else.
Spider-Man specifically.
I'm good. Like I feel like
we've
kind of hit Spider-Man.
I feel like we hit the details. I guess real quick we'll talk movie before we pivot to that thing.
Yeah,
because it's related to Spider-Man, but not.
Yeah.
Visuals. This Daniel Cretton, the suit is the most comic book suit I've ever seen.
That Tom Holland was wearing, Peter was wearing. It looked great. It looked just like
the
Spider-Man,
directing
Spider-Man.
felt the most like. I mean, you can tell they were inspired by the games, the Insomniac games.
Yeah.
But it was just like the whole visuals were so comic.
His moves and his spider web doing stuff.
They pretty much nailed it.
It was so Spider-Man.
It was pure Spider-Man.
It was Spider-Man
more than
we've
ever seen before. Book. Yeah.
And I just.
And I think that's really what I appreciated most about the movie, is like the story didn't. There's for whatever reason didn't connect with me. I respected the writing. I was well written. The character arcs worked really well. There was just something about it that just didn't. I think it was just there's too many things going on for me. But the visuals, I think, saved it. Right. That's what makes it an amazing movie, is because all the fights were great. But this is the closest we've ever come to a comic book put on screen, other than maybe Superman.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So. And I think that's what the most impressive thing about it was.
I think it's positioned, and even where it leaves off, like you said, we'll see what the heck happens in Doomsday, and it's hard to imagine this and Doomsday in the same universe here.
But going past that...
But if you look past whatever the heck they're going to do with Doomsday, and Secret Wars, I guess...
I'm excited for the setup. I'm excited.
I'm ready.
I'm ready for all the stories.
I'm ready for our own MCU Xavier, and I'm ready for our own MCU X-Men, and more Spider-Man... Because he's freaking cool.
Yeah.
Like Tom Holland is Spider-Man. And Tom Holland's entering now an era where
we've never hit before.
He can be Spider-Man for a couple more movies and pass on the mantle. And it be a full, complete
they're going to do 2 more movies. He's
of Spider-Man.
In the 3rd movie, he'll pass it off to Miles when he dies. We'll see.
But that is like he's now entered Iron Man range, where it's like you can now, in a couple movies, your arc can end satisfyingly.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like we have entered that territory where you've now had 4 successful men. Not a single one of his movies is bad.
No.
And
they're all really
really great.
Strong.
And the stories are fun, and Tom Holland's charming, and the characters are good.
And I will say this, this is a good comparison. I don't remember who made this, but it's worse. This is a really good comparison with it. The idea, because going back and rewatching these, we watched these, and it goes back to the trio, right, of Ned, MJ, and Peter.
Yeah.
It is so Harry Potter coded. My God.
Oh yeah. It's
where we watch these same three actors, right? A man, or a boy, his best friend, and his female
and the
best
crush,
friend.
You know,
yeah, his crush,
best friend, girl,
whatever.
Best friend.
Yeah. And in that same dynamic, grow up from teenagers through adulthood, and the stories get darker as they get older and they get more serious.
Yeah, that's a great point.
And this is exactly, and this is what we're doing now.
And I don't know.
We're gonna get 6 Spider-Man movies, and we're gonna be able to watch these actors grow up.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be like, damn.
I don't think there's anything better than, like, I don't know if you can tell them more. Just like, I mean, there's plenty of great stories in a bunch of different ways, but the story or the following of multiple movies of a group of children or teens, young people, and watching them grow in a wholesome way, and they go through trials together, like that is it's impossible to screw that up unless you just tell bad stories.
And they haven't told every story.
Every story's been good, and the character, and they've gone through so much. I mean, from the MJ crushes to her figuring it out, to Ned figuring it out, to the different villains he's fought, and then obviously Spider-Man's entanglement with the Avengers was all good. And then for them to be fully together and then lose that, and now come back, like you've gotten so many layers to their character at this point where it's great. Like I just can't wait to continue to watch it.
Agreed. Yeah,
it's awesome. I'm so excited. But all right,
before you turn it off, this is still part of the Spider-Man.
Okay, Spider-Man. Last spot here.
Oh, so this is what I was talking about. This is a thought that I could not stop thinking.
Okay, I'm ready for this.
And this ties into the end credit scene. I have not seen a crowd of. First of all, I have not seen Marcus theaters like that in years.
Oh, dude, I think we're gonna say the same thing. Yep.
Not for. Well, by the way, this movie has just passed. We'll see if the projections had it making $1 million less than Endgame's opening weekend, which is awesome. It's currently coming second and breaking the record for the highest opening domestic box office with Endgame. It's possibly could pass it.
Yeah.
But I have not seen the theater ever that busy since that. And also, like, going back to the end credit scene thing, I have not watched a crowd of people. Everybody stay in their seats.
That's what I was gonna say, dude. I'm so glad you said that.
Like because the last 7, even things like Fantastic Four, half the crowd left.
Yeah.
And that had not been the case in so long.
We sat. I thought the same thing.
I was just like, man, it felt like 2016 again.
I had that same thought because we were sitting there waiting that through those credits. I'm like, this. Everyone's here still.
Like this
everyone's
happened.
Waiting for this.
It didn't happen for Thunderbolts. It didn't happen for Fantastic Four. It didn't happen for, even the other good movies like Captain America, whatever. I get it, like for the bad ones, but like the movies that were excellent. Not only was it not a crowded theater, they just left because like it was like a superhero fatigue.
Yeah.
This movie proved superhero fatigue doesn't fucking matter as long as you get.
If their character, especially when it's a character people really love.
Yes, Spider-Man is Spider-Man.
He's your Marvel's Batman.
He's a one of one.
Yeah.
Like no other character would have been able to do this, but there's something. But this proves that it's about writing good stories and word of mouth, and when a movie is good, it will get good reviews and people will go see it. And I do think the Odyssey helped it because that was also a very good movie that hyped it up, but. Even with the Odyssey, the theater wasn't this busy.
No, this was a different.
This was a different level.
Again.
It was different. This was the first time that I showed up 20 minutes. It's like literally since I think Endgame, or really since at least COVID.
Yeah.
That I showed up to the movie theater 30 minutes in advance and like shit, I might actually miss the thing because the line for popcorn's that long.
Yeah.
And I'm like that. And the line for tickets is so long.
All the seats are gone.
Yeah.
And then, like you said, the thing that I thought, and I'm glad you said that because I have
in
the
same parking lot. It was just like.
I'm sitting there and no one's left, and I'm like, we are all waiting. Yeah. We are all here together.
That hasn't happened. Back again. That literally has not happened since Endgame.
No, it has not been like that.
It made me so happy, and that was the thing about this movie where I was like, I had the same thought with other. I think I can't remember which other one it was. I don't know. It was just certain things where it's like I think I looked, even though I didn't love my rating on the movie is like an 8.5. It's still really, really good. I just didn't connect with it as much as some of the other movies.
Yeah.
Spider-Man movies specifically. But it was just like, man, I could not. I left the theater so happy.
Yeah.
It's just like that energy, dude. You can't miss it.
You can't beat when everybody's there and you're all doing it together. You know? You just feel
and
the
when
energy
every
of, like,
single
interest.
screen is all the same movie and everyone's talking about it. There's nothing like it.
Yeah, for sure. Awesome. It was great. It was great. Okay, so now we have a bunch of other things that we can talk about here.
Yes.
I think we stay in the Marvel train because we've been riding the Marvel train with Spider-Man. We got to talk about. There's two main things. We got the Doomsday trailer.
Okay.
And then all of the announcements. The San Diego Comic-Con.
I feel like Comic-Con announcements were kind of mid.
But I mean, we can touch on them briefly. But
yes, those are.
So I guess we'll start with those. Of the things, I mean, nothing crazy was announced, obviously.
No.
Like, it's not like we got like an X-Men logo or anything yet.
Which I will say, I think we're getting them next week. Everyone's saying all the X-Men stuff is coming at D23.
Okay.
Because they're actively casting. Like, they've already announced like 3 or 4 members now.
Yeah.
They've been like this as after the new movie has released. They've cast what? They cast Emma Frost. And there's a lot of rumors going around of like people who are likely
might be it or whatever. Well, what I'm
excited probably about, I wouldn't be shocked if they announced the team and the movie at.
What I can't help but think,
which is why they it felt like they were holding the X-Men stuff back because this movie hadn't come out yet.
Yeah. Well, so the 2 announcements that are like the big ones.
Yeah. Ghost Rider
and Black Panther 3.
Yep.
I like the idea of T'Challa's kid and whatever.
The cast is great. David Johnson's great.
And I think they'll do great. And then I love Ghost Rider as like a character. Just childhood Nick Cage playing it is just like so iconic. I can't wait to see what Ryan Gosling's like.
I'm curious.
I mean,
I'm excited because because supposedly he's a big fan of it.
Yep.
And the fact that when he wrote this movie, he chose the director, which is, in my opinion, is always a good sign with Marvel.
Yeah.
Like the best Marvel movies are where the lead actor
and it might be almost
collaborate on everything.
I'm curious if it's going to be more of like a.
Well, is it going to be
a funny take? Like not like Deadpool funny, but like is it going to go really dark, or is it going to be like?
I feel like it's going to be in the mid. I feel like it's going to be witty.
Because I mean, even Nick Cage had jokes in it with his stuff, but
it's also going to be it's probably going to be a Midnight Suns movie, to be honest.
Right, with some of the other
like
I did see that too. I thought about that.
I mean, we'll see if Blade might be permanently screwed up. But I could also
nobody else playing Blade.
Well, I could very much see this movie having Blade in it, having being like a.
Is Moon Knight gonna?
Well, I think he will be, and I think at some point they're building towards the Midnight, assuming it actually releases like they say it does.
Yeah,
they're clearly building towards Midnight Suns, and I'm just curious how much of that's going to be in this movie because I feel like all of the Marvel movies recently have been multiple characters. They say it's like Spider-Man, but it's Spider-Man and Punisher.
And then Black Panther 3
is probably going to have Storm in it.
It's going to be good, and I'm super excited about it.
Yep.
But it makes you think about. I'm trying to. I mean, other than that, obviously the Doomsday panel and such, and whatever. But man, what you can really take away from this is, I'm excited about Marvel.
I'm excited about Marvel again, and it's
a freaking plan.
Yes,
and they have hey, this is where we want to go. This is what we're doing right now. Here's a few announcements. We have nothing for you yet, but this is what we're planning. We already thought ahead.
Yep,
and we're gonna. Make sure you know what to get excited about.
Yeah.
And they've already cast and whatever. And it's so blatant and obvious. How much farther ahead they are than DC.
Yeah.
DC didn't have a single new announcement. They didn't do anything. They had a panel for stuff they knew.
I don't think DC needed to announce any movies. I think they have a longer pipeline of stuff coming out than Marvel does.
Sure. But it's like, it's just... It's going to be really hard for them to...
and I will say this. I think DC does have a plan. It's not as...
Hey, bud.
Okay.
Yeah, bud. Edit that out.
That's fine. You're going to come over here.
But it's like...
Or not.
But it's like... Comic-Con, this is where nerdy people come together.
It was weird that DC didn't have a panel.
They didn't have a panel.
They had a lot of good stuff they released. Have you seen the Lanterns trailer?
I have not watched it, but I've heard that it's good looking.
You should watch it.
Okay.
And
that starts in August?
It starts next week.
Yeah. That's super exciting. The problem for them is it's not going to have as many eyes on it as the movies. And so I think they're going to do a good job with it, but it's all automatically limited as far as what it can do for your universe by it just being a show.
But when Jon Stewart shows up in Superman 2 next year,
then all of a sudden, here we go. So
because Superman 2 is going to be their Superman 2. It's a Justice League.
It has to be good.
Yeah,
it's the end of their phase 1.
Yeah, if that movie's
they have a tiny phase 1.
If that movie is bad, DC's dead. But
it's just
sad, because Supergirl should have been better.
But it's right, and that's where it's just like, man, like you guys didn't have like a panel for or anything to get you excited about Superman 2 next year.
Yeah, that's true. It was kind of strange they didn't have that.
That comes out in probably May or June next year. Yeah. And Marvel had more hype going into things that
because it was weird.
Are so far away.
Because it was weird because they did a Lanterns panel and then they did
which they should do that.
Well, they should have just done a DC panel,
right?
Because they did Lanterns one day and then they did Clayface as part of.
I forgot about Clayface.
Clayface released a new trailer as part of they took over their horror panel. They should have just done a DC panel and it would have, because they released a lot of stuff. They actually did. They didn't touch on Superman 2, which was kind of surprising, but they released a lot of stuff. It was just Marvel did the Marvel thing, and it's all in one spot, so it made a splash. Yeah. But DC did one trailer this day, one trailer this day. We're over here. Well, and it hard. No one saw it.
It's where and obviously DC has some other things like the Nightfall and whatever coming in. I don't know if that even had anything. I didn't look too much into it. I just kind of looked at the
Nightfall, a new trailer.
But where Marvel, it's all just MCU. But
Marvel had a lot more too, right? The Wolverine games coming out this year.
Yeah.
They had a big animated panel. They had a big
and those are just things I didn't look at too much. But
yeah, it's like the Marvel live action,
right? Well, and it's just I'm curious if part of the reason that, and this might make more sense after this, but I wonder if part of the reason the DCU didn't have much besides Lanterns and a little bit of Clayface is because Lanterns is going to it might just be that they can't show much yet for Superman 2.
Yeah, that's true.
Where, it's like Marvel announced things from 2028 or whatever.
Well, I also think
they didn't show any Secret Wars because we haven't gotten the predecessor things to it yet. But we got some stuff for the predecessor and the stuff that's coming down the road.
It is surprising that there wasn't a Superman 2 thing now that I'm thinking about it, given how...
Because that would have been the one
filming
thing.
Now, yeah. That is kind of surprising there wasn't even a poster.
Because I don't know if there's another, and I don't know if there's another event where they're going to be able to have all these people here and make a splash in an audience.
It'll probably be next year Comic-Con, but yeah.
But now will be after Man of Tomorrow, won't it be?
I don't know. I'd look at
if it's the same time, it would be.
I think it might be.
So then I think Man of Tomorrow. Well, then they can then if Man of Tomorrow hits, then they can go and say in your comment, "Hey, Man of Tomorrow, guess what? Here's what's to come right here.
Yeah.
Look at all this stuff." Man of Tomorrow is the crucial point. It is crucial.
It is very crucial. I'm definitely worried about it.
Because Clayface can be a 10 out of 10 amazing movie, and it's not probably gonna really move the needle on the universe.
Well,
itself.
It needs to be good though.
Yeah, and you can't have bad.
DC if DC has one more bad movie, the universe is dead.
Yeah,
and people were overreacting. I think post Supergirl, but I also agree because it's because James Gunn's running it like he's in Phase 6.
Yes, I do think it's blatant the Feige versus Gunn thing.
Yeah, well, again, Gunn is making a Clayface movie instead of a Batman movie.
Yeah,
he's not releasing a Wonder Woman yet. They've cast Wonder Woman most likely. She's probably going to be in Superman.
Yeah,
but at the same time, it's like if you wanted to truly do a DC from scratch, you'd do a Superman movie, Batman movie, Wonder Woman movie.
Yeah, like if you wanted to do it
But
the easiest blueprint way, that's the way
the safest way, and because that's not what Gunn's interested in, which is
he likes the obscure, but the problem is you're running a freaking.
But again, then you get Thunderbolts versus Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Right? In terms of like Thunderbolts, everyone thought it was a great movie.
It's a good movie, yeah. Absolutely.
No one saw it. Same thing with Fantastic Four. It made more money than Thunderbolts, but not that much. And Spider-Man, because it's Spider-Man, is now breaking every record in box office.
Yeah.
And DC doesn't have the leeway to do that like Marvel does. They might, maybe 3 projects from now, if Lanterns is excellent and Superman's amazing and Clayface is great, then I won't be doubting it. But they need to have quality. The next 3 releases. Yeah, need to be really good.
It's where Marvel was at before Thunderbolts.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, whatever. We'll see Thunderbolts. Hey, Thunderbolts is good. Hey, Fantastic Four is good. Hey, Spider-Man's awesome.
Yeah, I will say this. I do think that those 2 movies played a large part in Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Having the last 2, or I think, wasn't there one more in between there? I thought there was another Marvel movie, but maybe not.
I don't remember.
Either way, having the last...
And then we had the Daredevil show.
That's what it was.
Other things.
It was the TV shows, but the TV shows were also good.
Yeah.
They haven't released a bad thing in a while.
Yeah.
It makes a difference.
And so you're in a great spot. Like, it does just show a little bit. Hey, we've got just DC versus Marvel right now. I mean, and they're not. I don't even really feel like they're competing.
They're not.
They're not competing. They're just very comparable because of the only 2 superhero franchises.
The last time they competed. This time they're not competing. I do think they are competing in the superhero landscape, but it's more of they're competing
in the sense of like who's gonna better.
Yeah.
But not in the sense of like
neither one is dominating.
Like it's not like Marvel's like it's not like if they both make good movies, someone's gonna choose Marvel versus DC. Like we're all gonna see all the stuff.
Yeah.
And we just want them all to be good.
Exactly.
And so they're naturally competitive because they're 2 different superhero franchises. But in reality, they're all playing for the same team of superhero movies.
I think they are now. I think we've hit at that point.
We're all just making superhero movies here. We're trying to tell our stories.
Yeah.
And so but I took away from hearing the Marvel announcements at San Diego Comic-Con and just seeing it's like
they have a plan.
We're in a good spot. And
Marvel is in a good spot, and it's nice
that they now know where they're going. And what I appreciate is that they know they screwed up.
Yeah.
Like it just goes a long way when you're like, hey, we screwed up and we're going to fix it. And now you're like actively with the fans at
you
Comic-Con.
Can see them fixing it.
Doing it. That's what ticks me off about freaking Star Wars.
But that's what takes me off.
Random Star Wars rant for 10 seconds.
Yes.
Is they are like, we love everything we've done. It's like, okay, whatever. Mm-hmm. Fans hated it, but that's fine. You can just love it. But Marvel goes, we realize
we messed up.
And we're fixing it and we're going to be better. And it's like, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Yeah. But, and then just DC not having a Man of Tomorrow thing is kind of like, oh man. Or, and I'm curious if the reason they're not announcing things is because
there's got to be
there's
something.
stuff from Man of Tomorrow that they don't want to
reveal.
They don't want to reveal that Wonder Woman's in Man of Tomorrow yet or whatever. I don't know.
Man of Tomorrow is just going to be so much.
Because the problem too is I feel like not to Doomsday's extent, but it does feel a little like if it's like the Avengers movie,
it's their Justice League very clearly.
It's coming up quick.
Yeah.
Hopefully you can make it where if we look at Phase 1 MCU, you had 4 movies before your thing, but they were all crucial to the story they were going to tell in Avengers.
It seems like maybe is what it is here, kind of, but I don't know if.
But then, Clayface, I don't think Clayface is going to have anything to do with Man of Tomorrow.
No, but everyone, as far as we know now,
Supergirl and Superman and Lanterns.
Yeah, so
Lanterns is not a movie.
So Superman, Supergirl, so all the characters from the first Superman movie.
Yep.
So that whole Justice Society. Then Supergirl's in it.
Yep.
Jon Stewart's in it. Blue Beetle from the old universe is in it.
Okay.
They cast somebody who Adriana Aroha or what? Adriana.
Okay.
She was cast as some other character, but everyone is convinced that she's Wonder Woman.
Okay.
But it's just like in fact, the Blue Beetle's coming back is like, okay, so this is which it is like Brainiac, so I get it. Like, hey, at least they're doing the thing that people criticize Marvel of. They're like, hey, when Mysterio ends the world, why the hell are the Avengers not here?
Yeah.
Like, okay, at least, yeah, it's a Superman movie because he's fighting Brainiac, but at least it's a world-ending event, so the Avengers are here.
Yeah.
Or the Justice League is here. But I don't know. I believe in James Gunn to write in the movies that he writes and directs.
Hopefully he recognizes quickly if he has some parts of his plan that are like, ooh, maybe that's actually a bad idea.
Well, they've done that, right? They've like over half of the stuff they've announced has been canceled.
Yeah.
They just canceled Booster Gold. They're not making the Authority movie anymore.
Yeah.
Like a bunch of the projects.
Like you can't do the Suicide. You can't do Guardians
yet.
You can't do Guardians without doing Iron Man, Captain America.
Exactly.
Thor,
You have to do the core.
Yeah, sure. Let's go tell a fun story that's in the universe.
Yeah, you can have a side team, like you can have the Guardians, but you need to establish, here's your main players.
Marvel doesn't start phase 1 with the Guardians. It just,
the reason they start with Iron Man. And then Hulk. And Captain America.
Oh, I forgot about Hulk. Yeah, I mean, it'll be, it was cool. San Diego Comic-Con was cool. And it makes me want to go.
I want to go. I would like to go to San Diego for once in my life. Like I don't care when. Like, sometime.
It just the pan. It just looks cool to be a part of the panels and whatever.
I've only been to Chicago Comic-Con once or twice, and it was interesting.
Yeah,
it wasn't.
The only issue is just I feel like it's probably freaking crazy.
It's extremely,
and that's crazy. Where it's like I don't know, but it would
the
be
floor
cool
is fun. The floor is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So,
but San Diego Comic-Con. That just makes me even more excited for Marvel. Mm-hmm. And now I'm Spider-Man, and I'm like, okay.
And that's the thing that's crazy about it is like I was so hyped for DC, and literally it took two projects for Marvel to turn their ship around. Yeah. And DC's still struggling, and I'm like, man.
So it just makes me okay, good job, Kevin Feige. We got things figured out here.
Now just don't screw it up with Doomsday.
God,
I still think literally
it's gonna be. It is the biggest mystery, which is pretty hyped. Like I'm kind of hyped for the fact that it's like
I'm not though.
I'm hyped for the fact that it's just. I'm gonna sit there. I'm gonna go. All right, buckle in. Let's see what the heck happens.
That's true.
The only worry is like I hope it leaves off at a satisfying point. Like where Infinity War, you lose at the end, but you leave satisfied.
It's gonna do the same thing, right?
Well, that's right.
Secret Wars is the big. Secret Wars is pretty established what it's gonna be. It's just how we get there, right? Yeah. It's the giant battle world of every multiverse combined into one, fighting. Or it's like, if you read, I need to read Hickman's Secret Wars.
Yeah, I would. That's probably what they're pulling from, isn't it?
And it's one of the
it's modern Secret Wars.
The newer one, very clearly. That's one of those things where I want to read it, but I'm kind of worried that they're going to be pulling from it too much that it'll take
where
away.
You're like, you don't want to,
because that's what happened with Supergirl is because I was so invested in the book, the movie was less, because it was a worse adaptation of it, which is why I haven't read Secret Wars yet. But it's that same idea, whereas like they're very clearly going to lose all of the multiverses, going to combine into one giant planet.
So I guess, and off of Doomsday talk. Thinking about the trailer, the things that were in it.
It was the trailer that was leaked from the previous Comic-Con.
Yeah, it was basic trailer. It was, I think probably
it was a good trailer.
I love, dude. They make great trailers.
It was a very good trailer, but all I could think about when watching that trailer is like, man, this is identical to the Infinity War trailer, but I don't care.
But it's just there. And the reality is, it will not be Infinity War and Endgame.
Which I understand, but
it's like it should be. I don't know.
It could have been, and then that's the thing that I've been saying this for years. Like, if Marvel delayed Doomsday 2 years and released 3 or 4 more movies to set it up, like, dude,
great, yeah,
release a.
Or make a freaking X-Men movie with the old X-Men.
Well, you could do that.
Well, I mean, whatever.
Like say you delayed Secret Wars from winter to summer, which I think it should be a summer, but it's in the winter, right? 2 years, you get 3 movies in between. All you need, it doesn't work because you cast Robert Downey Jr. as Doctor Doom because he's being paid so damn much.
Yeah.
But if you imagine if you cast anybody else as Doctor Doom, and then you get Spider-Man, right? Mm-hmm. So then you get an Avengers Civil War movie where you hash out the new Avengers versus the same Avengers, which is going to be a big part of that movie. But like, just make it a separate movie. It's like, hey, here's the new Avengers. Here's Sam's Avengers. They're going to fight. That's a movie, right? That's Avengers 5, whatever it is. Then you do second Fantastic Four movie where Doom is involved, right? The thing people don't remember with Thanos, yes,
he was involved in a lot.
Even if it was just end credit scenes, he was in Guardians 1.
He was in Avengers.
He was in Avengers 1.
I mean, a little bit.
A little bit.
We were introduced to him in Avengers.
But yeah, it's like we established his... Because the thing about Thanos is he was a Guardians of the Galaxy character.
Yeah.
His main relation... He did have relationships with Gamora and Nebula.
Yeah. And
we had a movie establishing those relationships. Yeah. Doctor Doom is very clearly going to have relationships with Sue Storm and with Pedro and with the Fantastic Four.
Yeah, he
very clearly is from that universe and has relationships. But we just need a second because that's the thing. There were 2 Guardians movies before Infinity War Endgame, right? The third one came after. Those 2 Guardians movies allowed us to set up the villain of Endgame.
That's how you make the Gamora Thanos stuff in Infinity War.
That's how you make it interesting.
That's how you make it.
So and I'm not saying like it wouldn't be as good, right? It wasn't set up 10 years in advance. But if you're pivoting, you could still just do like, hey, we're gonna have 2 movies. Like even if you were like, it feels like you're setting it up late. At least you're trying to set it up.
Yeah.
Like if there was a second,
it does feel.
It's like all you need is Avengers, second Fantastic Four movie, and then some other fun thing. It could be anything. Could be an X-Men movie. Could be whatever. Could be Punisher movie. I don't care. Whatever it is. But
and then you're a little bit more ready. It does feel kind of. This movie feels like something that's just like, hey, we're gonna try to get this thing done.
Yeah.
So we can then move forward.
Which is like I respect it. Because I respect that.
But then it's kind of a bummer because you're missing out on telling something at an A+ level that you're going to tell it maybe at best an A- level.
Well, it's not. It's not that it's an A- level. It's even if the movie is excellent, because of what they're setting up with everything around it. That's interesting. It also
doesn't make sense. Yeah.
They're already like it's the Spider-Man problem. They're already teasing stuff that comes after Secret Wars. And because what Secret Wars is as a story is so crazy and world destroying,
it's a reset button.
It's a reset button, which is like cool if you do the reset button and then tease the new story.
But you're gonna have to somehow weave it around.
But
now Spider-Man and Jean Grey.
Yeah, and it's like you're already doing the stuff that's supposed to happen after the reset. So then if the stuff's already started pre-reset, then the reset means nothing.
Yeah.
If the X-Men are already here, then the reset means nothing.
Yeah.
If you're already saying this Jean Grey has already been picked up, we pick up 2 years after Spider-Man Homecoming, pretend like Doomsday never existed, then it's pointless.
Maybe they're all going to hang out on Earth 616.
Yeah.
And then they're going to go...
We're all speculating.
They're all going to go to a different unit. I wonder, I'm just curious how much conflict will happen, in our universe, maybe it's gonna people come from other X-Men and the Fantastic Four universes kind of come together, and then they go off. I don't even know. I mean,
and that's
because the only thing we've seen is Doom. I mean, we've barely seen. Doom.
He lays waste to the X-Men universe very clearly.
I'm curious how he's gonna do that because there is a shot in the trailer.
The Sentinels
with the giant. I thought it was. I'm like, those were probably Sentinels in the background.
Yeah, he puppets the Sentinels back from the dead.
So.
Zombie Sentinels, yeah.
But I'm excited just to see, because I think everything we saw in those trailers is the first 15 minutes. I feel like that's
it's the first beginning. It's the first act.
Yeah, this is all the beginning of the movie. So it's and obviously Thor has an interaction with him somehow.
Yeah.
And it's going to be early in the movie that Thor has this interaction.
Yeah.
Which is where I'm curious. I'm guessing Thor didn't go to a different universe to fight him. So
Well, it sounds like if I were to guess based on the trailer, is the Fantastic Four lands here, and something, I don't know what the X-Men universe is colliding with. Either one of the three universes is colliding with the X-Men universe.
Yeah.
Fantastic Four land here on their ship, and everybody goes and fights in the X-Mansion. Because all the big fight stuff, the Shang-Chi fighting Gambit, that's all very clearly in the dilapidated X-Mansion. Yep. So that's all.
Forgot about that whole part.
That's all on the X world. So that on that sounds, and the rumored script leaks have said that's how the movie opens is with the destruction of the X-Men stuff. Yeah. Well, they'll probably, I don't know. I'm assuming they'll be in it. They're going to survive, or some of them will.
I mean, I think Cyclops. I mean, maybe won't be.
It sounds like there was a leak. I'm not going to get too much into it, but that the movie opens with Tobey Maguire's universe getting destroyed.
Well, that would be interesting.
And then Tobey jumping over.
But
which would be cool.
I'm super curious of where they go with it. But
they could do so many things with it. There's a lot of potential. I will say this: if they pull it off, and it's a pipe dream for them to tie in the Spider-Verse movies to this, but I really hope they do.
Yeah,
it times out so perfectly because there's no Marvel movies in between Doomsday and Secret Wars except for Spider-Verse 2.
Yeah.
It comes directly in the middle of them.
Yeah, it's like at the end.
And the thing about it is they kept delaying it. When they delayed Doomsday from the summer to the winter, they delayed Spider-Man from the winter to the summer that same weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, why did you delay Spider-Verse? They're like, animators are working on it. Why'd you delay it the same exact weekend that you delayed? You pushed Doomsday and Secret Wars back so that the timing still works out. I really hope
the whole universe is built on
because we've had cameos
multiversalness, and this is going to be built on multiversalness.
And in the last movie, they connected them, right? The last Spider-Verse movie ends with Yggdrasil from Loki.
Who you're gonna have to help me out? Yggdrasil, you said?
The multiverse tree, looking like the tree of life.
Oh, okay.
Remember how Loki season 2 ends, and he turns the multiverse sideways, and it becomes the tree, the god tree from Norse mythology.
Okay, yep.
At the end of Spider-Verse, when they show, I think it's Miles, they show him the multiverse, and it looks exactly like it did in What If and Loki. And I'm like, and then also there's the cameo from Donald Glover.
Yep.
It's like, it seems like it to me. I mean, this in the comics, the Spider-Verse and the multiverse are very, they're different things. They're variations on the same. They're in the same multiverse, but it's a different web. It's a different thing, but they're still connected.
Yeah.
And
the way MCU operates is, it wouldn't be surprising if they brought those things together.
It wouldn't be surprising, but it would catch everybody off guard.
Oh, it would be a hype.
Nobody's talking about it, and if you want to build hype for Secret Wars, that's how you do it.
Yep.
Because Spider-Verse is going to be huge no matter what. I don't think I'm worried about Doomsday. I don't think it's unless Dune moves. I don't think it's going to make money.
Well, that's the
if Dune moves a week before, they're both going to make bank because that's what happened with the Odyssey and Spider-Man.
Yeah.
But which I was kind of surprised.
I'm also excited about Dune 3,
but yeah. But because they're releasing on the same day, I'm worried they're going to take each other's box office. But
Doomsday, it's already too big of a meme.
But you can keep Doomsday.
Yeah, or Doomsday.
You can keep Doomsday, but then delay one of the movies a single week.
Yeah.
So that Dune gets a weekend.
It's Doomsday week.
So then Dune gets a weekend, and then Doomsday gets a weekend.
And then after Doomsday, what's next? Do we get a show before Doomsday?
Yeah, Vision Quest.
That's what I thought.
And then all the animated stuff.
So I'm
Vision Quest is going to be good.
Because we don't know anything about Vision since his disappearance at the end of WandaVision.
Yeah,
right?
we know. From the leaks, yes, but that's it.
Sure.
Which I will say we'll probably find out very soon. Because again,
we get a trailer.
Well, D23 again. Remember, D23 is this weekend,
and that's the Disney show.
That's the Disney Comic Con.
I wonder what we'll get for.
They're most likely going to have a big X-Men cast announcement. They're probably going to, and it's very, very likely because it's a Disney Plus show. It's Disney thing. Mm-hmm. It's going to be a lot of Vision Quest, I bet.
Yeah,
which is fair. There's a lot in that, right? Ultron's coming back.
Yeah, I think I knew that.
The Tommy is being cast as an adult now.
Okay.
Or young adult.
Mm-hmm.
The Wanda's twin is survived, right? Because that's what happened in Agatha. They saved his soul. And then it's basically a big story with all the AI people. like all of the AIs from Dummy. Dummy's in it.
Let's go! I love Dummy.
Yeah, so like they've cast actors to play human versions of every Tony Stark AI, which is like
that's gonna be freaking awesome.
Which is like interesting. That's a really interesting way to approach it.
But then you get Doomsday.
And that's it.
Spider-Verse.
Yeah. And then Secret Wars, and then they haven't announced anything after. They've announced Black Panther 2 and Ghost Rider. Black Panther 3 and Ghost Rider the year after.
And that's going to come after. So
that's the year after Secret Wars, and then they have not announced anything past that. We know
we know they're going to.
We know the X-Men movie is coming because we know the director and the cast, and we have a likely release date. But that's all that we know.
So that is crazy, though. That after. That's where if Spider-Verse connects, then it makes sense why there is no other project between Doomsday and Secret Wars.
Yeah.
Because I think between Infinity War and the Endgame, it was just Captain Marvel, wasn't it?
Yeah. There was Ant-Man.
Oh, and Ant-Man 2?
Yeah.
Because that was the very next movie.
Yes, Ant-Man 2 came out, and then Captain Marvel. Was Captain Marvel directly before Infinity War?
No, it was after.
Yeah, it was those two movies, right? It was Infinity War,
because Infinity War's end credit scene is Nick Fury disappearing and calling for Captain Marvel.
Yeah, you're right. Because the end credit scene calls Captain Marvel.
Then we get Captain Marvel.
And then Ant-Man ends with the snap happening.
And them disappearing. And then they disappear.
And then that ties
while they're in the whatever.
And that ties in. Yeah, okay. But yeah, because there's no, it's literally, there's been nothing. There's a rumor the X-Men movie might happen in between Doomsday Secret Wars.
Like all of a sudden it's hey, guess what? Secret movie.
There's a saved release date in between them. Disney has called a release date in the summer between them.
Dude,
but I don't know. I just think the Spider-Verse thing would come out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Because none of the fans are talking about it,
and guess what?
It would be like so hype. I don't know how they would do it with the live action animated thing. They've done it before, but
that would be a crazy.
It'd be crazy, even if just two characters from even if Spider-Gwen and Miles show up in animated. Cool, just do it.
Yeah, I feel like the last big thing we haven't talked about yet is Odyssey.
Yeah,
Odyssey.
Because
it's almost feels like forever ago now because Spider-Man came out, but it was a great time.
Odyssey was incredible.
The vision. I mean, here's the thing. When I walk away from it, is it my favoriteest Chris Nolan movie? Not necessarily, but it's beautiful. Christopher Nolan's an amazing director. It was an adventure.
Mm-hmm.
It was an epic.
Yeah, it was truly an epic.
It was an epic. And when you think of an epic, it's like this giant, fantastical adventure that feels bigger than life.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what the movie was.
Yeah.
I mean, that was exactly what
it was. That's like you said. Is it the best Christopher Nolan movie ever? Probably not.
And
it's probably up there, but it's sure. Like there's definitely better.
But Christopher Nolan's just the freaking best.
It's because everything is awesome. Yeah, exactly. So they're all awesome. So it's all semantics. But yeah, it was one of those things where that movie. I knew the Odyssey story roughly. I didn't realize how many things came from it.
Yeah.
I knew that's the thing. After watching that movie, I slacked off. I tried to watch a bunch of other Odyssey adaptations. Yeah. I didn't realize how many things were adaptations of that story.
Yeah.
The SpongeBob movie is an Odyssey adaptation.
Yeah, I think I heard that. I never even actually because it's you're returning.
They they interact with Poseidon.
Oh, that's right. That's what I saw.
Goofy Goober is the sirens. They get stuck in eating the ice cream.
Yep.
The Cyclops is the giant diving
and
man.
Athena is the mermaid, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a 1-to-1 adaptation, but it's pretty damn close.
Yeah, man, they really did.
It's like Romeo and Juliet. There's like 100 versions of it.
But it was so cool.
No, that movie was.
The cast is great.
The cast was really good. The writing was really.
Matt Damon a lot. I liked how
they did a good job. I think the thing that he did best with that movie is the character arc, right? About the morals of Troy and making the story about how the reason it took forever is because he pissed off the gods and he broke Zeus's law.
Yeah.
And he's the reason for the end of their world.
Yeah.
Tying in the Trojan horse and actually making it interesting and like making it a commentary about almost like Oppenheimer about war.
Well,
and like when you break the laws of humanity, there's no going back. Well, it was very interesting.
And it was kind of funny watching it though. It's like I'm like I can tell that this is a ancient Greek story because it kind of feels like I'm watching this as the audience. Like the audience, I mean, we're obviously an intended audience, but I'm like, you can tell that the story is like an old story written to those people, to the Greeks and whatever. And
it was a very classic, and I was thinking,
but it was really
he modernized it, but didn't make it too modern.
But it was like
it felt timeless.
I'm like, this feels like it feels like it was like a story told a long time ago to the people from Greece and whatever.
Yeah. It's very difficult to make a story like this that this is a timeless
work. Yeah.
Well, this is a timeless story, but it's like it's like I think it's the oldest Greek thing we have, right?
And it took us to. But I enjoy it took us there.
It took us there.
It took us to a new world. That's what.
But it was like. But the thing is, the way they told the story was most impressive. Is how timeless it felt, right?
Yeah.
All of the actors. Sure, Athena was a black person. Who cares? But and everyone was speaking in American accents. But it's like, did it matter? No.
Yeah, that stuff doesn't throw me.
It felt like they picked the most neutral. Like they had this story they wanted to tell, and it was like let's just pick the most neutral. It felt like Shakespeare, right? Where it's like, yes, we're just all gonna just speak our natural accents, and it's just gonna be like we're telling this story.
It just can be in this vacuum.
It's
like Shakespeare can be told in any circumstance. Odyssey can be told in any
it's like
any lens or whatever.
Exactly. It's like it's a story, and what matters is the character arcs and the characters. But the setting, was very critical to this, but it was also just like, it was timeless.
It could have been anything. It felt more like a fantastical. Than like something that was supposed to be a realistic fiction or whatever. Like it felt like it's like this is a world that we're being transported to. There was a point in the middle. I'm like, okay, I'm kind of ready to like get Matt Damon home. Like I was starting to get there, and then he like once he got home, I do think to me the third act when he returns home,
the fight scene is so cool.
Oh, dude! Like when he returns,
some of his bow fighting still is kind of frustrating.
But like, because I was like, I was at a point where we just kept watching him get freaking wrecked by stuff, and I'm like, okay, he's getting wrecked. Okay, he gets wrecked. All right, like, where's this going? Like, what's happening? Then obviously, finally, let's go home, and that's when the third act I feel like begins.
Yeah,
and like once he starts interacting with his son, and like the blind guy, and then doing the stuff where he's like hidden, but he's there.
Yeah.
And like little things, like his little interaction with his dog and stuff was so good. And the whole time I'm like
that dog.
I was
Did you see the meme of there's a really famous painting of the Odyssey about Homer and his dog dying, and people posted a picture of his like, damn, after seeing this movie, I never knew what this story meant.
I don't think I haven't even seen that.
Like there's some ancient painting of the Odyssey. It's like thousands of years old. I was in a museum. People posted a picture of it, and all the comments were like, "Damn, I've walked past this 100 times. I never knew what this story was. Now I get it, and now I get it, and I'm crying." And I'm like, man,
but it was just so sad. But like, once he's back, I'm like, oh, I'm so ready. Like, please tell me he's going to have a look who's back, moment. And I'm like, I'm just the whole time he's back. And then I'm like so excited. And then
he pulls out the bow.
I was like,
on Robert Pattinson's face.
Dude, I was so freaking excited because once he got back, and I'm like, oh, he's gonna reveal himself at some point. The whole time I'm like, man, I'm so excited. Like whenever this happens,
the reveal they cut to Robert Pattinson.
The bow is so perfect.
Yeah, it's like they were
the freaking bow try.
Yeah,
or whatever bow.
And I will say this leads to the one nitpick, and I haven't watched actual Boatsmith talk about it. There was something about, so a lot of people said they liked how he fought with the bow, how it felt so casual, like he did this.
Yeah.
The thing about it drove me crazy. Do I think he needed to do the over-top stuff that's not historically not accurate they do in like Lord of the Rings stuff? No.
Yeah.
But if the whole gimmick of this bow is that it's so strong that nobody else can pull it, you should look like he's trying to put, he has to, yeah, it's like if it's so strong that you have to go through all this effort to string it, there's no way you're gonna be. You can pull it without putting any effort.
I didn't even like it. Yeah.
And maybe there's an explanation for it. And like, hey, the reason the bow is difficult to string is not because it's a strong bow, because because he's supposed to be a trickster in the books, at least, or in the original story. He's more of a trickster god than he tricks the Cyclops and stuff rather than this. But if the idea is that it's like a specific mechanical thing that he designed where you got to hold it in this one specific way where it's weak, I'm like, okay, fine. But they didn't explain it that way. You're like, this is the strongest thing you got to do. Ding.
But I'm so glad.
But it was still really,
I'm glad that's how they did the reveal too, because I once I saw them setting up the axes, I was like, yes.
But yeah.
Yes, this is gonna be freaking awesome when he freaking's the only one that can do it. It's gonna be so freaking cool.
Yeah.
And it's just I'm glad.
That movie was just
went out.
Everything about it, right? The directing was amazing, the acting was great, the story was obviously timeless and classic and perfect.
Adaptation of something that's been told many times.
The score, oh my God, Louis Gordon can't miss. He cannot make a bad score.
But I just you can just tell watching it. Like Christopher Nolan just tells.
Yeah. He's
a great freaking director, man.
He cannot miss.
There isn't a movie he has that's like, wow, that was terrible.
No. Or everyone says Tenet, but that's even then.
And I have not seen Tenet.
I have not either. But
that was a COVID movie.
Yes, but even then, even people say it's the worst of his movies. Like it's still better than most others.
Right.
It's no Disclosure Day. No offense to Spielberg.
Right. He's freaking good, man. He takes a story and he'll take a whatever story. He could, in my opinion, he could take this is like a basic whatever story, and he could just make it on screen look freaking amazing.
I mean, he directed the most iconic Batman movie.
Right.
Still, it's been 30 years or 20 years.
It's crazy that he did a superhero. Like it blows my mind.
It doesn't feel like a superhero movie at all.
That he's created The Dark Knight.
Yeah.
Interstellar. Odyssey, Oppenheimer, like those are so different.
Yeah,
like it's all different.
Some of the themes are similar of the main characters, but
sure.
But like you said, the stories are so different.
Completely different world, different characters.
Yeah,
like
right.
You're in space. You're in freaking Gotham City, and you're in freaking Greece, ancient Greece with mystical whatever. Like it's just crazy.
It's Nolan is.
So I'm just excited to hear what
he's one of very few.
I'm just like, all right, what's your next one?
He's one of those few movies. I can't remember what I saw somewhere. It was saying that Nolan is a franchise, and I'm like, yeah.
Let's go watch Nolan.
There's certain directors that are just like, that is the brand.
Mm-hmm.
Christopher Nolan is one of them. I would probably put Robert Eggers in there. Because it doesn't matter.
The horror.
Yeah, but it's a specific type of horror that's very him.
Well, that's what even then.
And every single thing he's done is good, right? Yeah. But it feels very specific.
Yeah. Same category.
Yeah, but I'm like, I try to think of other directors that are still making movies, right? There's like Hitchcock and some of the really classics and whatnot. But directors that are like still making movies that just like have not made a bad movie.
I'm trying to think of
I mean, there are some that are like Ridley Scott kind of has it, but not really.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the pull that he used to. He released a movie this year. I wanted to see it. That was that Island movie with whatever the name was.
Oh, the one with the chick?
Yeah, it was like the
Send Help?
Yes, Send Help.
I saw that.
I'm going to see it. But
it's a good movie. It's no legendary movie, though.
Yeah, it's like exactly. It's like there's few directors currently working that just cannot make anything better.
And he's at a point where he can get any freaking actress to work for him.
Yeah.
Well, the only other one, and he's not really making movies, like Quentin Tarantino, maybe.
Yeah, but
he's not really a current director at this point.
Yeah, he's released a few things. Like
his last one was Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah, I guess Tarantino is probably, but like other than those, but who else though? Like I think that's really it. Everything else is like
because does Nolan write? Is Nolan a writer too?
Yeah, he writes, directs, and does everything.
Because Tarantino's the only one I can think of where it's like there's very little of Tarantino's like catalog that.
I mean, it's crazy to say I would put James Gunn in there maybe, in that when he does.
Yeah, because like the stuff he's actually done himself.
Like the stuff that he's done, his producing is different, but
he's in the superhero world.
It's like at the same time, it's like it's still superhero movies directed by James Gunn. It's not James Gunn could not direct Oppenheimer.
No.
It's like he's great at what he does, but it's always going to be a superhero movie.
Well, what I appreciate is Nolan makes movies that like are for adults, you know,
they're for everybody.
You know, like you go into it and it's an intelligent experience, you know, whatever.
It's
It's just the story carries it, and story's everything to me. Story and characters everything. So if you do that, your movie's gonna be freaking good. You know?
Exactly.
It's gonna be freaking good, and he does it.
I'm just trying to think of any other directors that are like. There's got to be some. I can't think of them where like. Yeah, I don't know.
At least not to his level.
Not to his level.
There's names you know.
There's plenty of like James Cameron, and there's plenty of big names, but yeah, they're not Nolan. Like Nolan and Robert Eggers are very much the directors where they can get any actor.
Yeah,
they're just like they're different. You know, one does horror, one does other things. Everything else are just drama. But they are to the point where they're just like, I can get any actor. Oh, you know what? Maybe one would be. I can't say the movies are great because I haven't seen a lot of them. What was it? Wes Anderson, where he has such a specific style. And
what is he?
He's like the really weird, like Grand Budapest Hotel. He has a very distinct
I don't
visual
think I've
style.
Even seen his stuff.
He's really famous because he has a very, very distinct visual style,
and
he's been around forever. He can get any actor to join. We're just like, hey, it's Wes Anderson, which is like fair. But his movies don't make. But they're not like Christopher Nolan though.
Yeah.
They're big in the actor world, but they don't make the money that Nolan stuff does.
He probably wins Best Director this year.
Probably.
Because I mean, if you're even looking ahead at like what are the awards?
Yeah, I feel like I don't know. The award seasons there's so much stuff that's come out this year.
I think Project Hail Mary will do something.
Hail Mary will have something. Odyssey will probably have a lot of stuff.
It'll be nominated.
I would not be. I will say this: they will never They hate comic book movies. I would not be shocked if we get a No Way Home something, or
Brave New Day.
Sorry, yeah, Brand New Day something.
A Brand New Day.
Yeah. Just because of how much money it's making, and it between that and the Odyssey, like saving the movie industry, basically.
Yep.
I would not be shocked if they get something because there's a lot of good in that movie, even if it's like directing.
Yeah.
They're not going to win, but
the big ones I feel like that have come out. Oh, and Obsession.
Well, yeah, Obsession is going to win a bunch of stuff.
Like she's got to be Best Actress nominated.
Yeah.
Best Screenplay.
Yep.
You know, Best Director.
Best Director for sure. Backrooms will probably have some nominations.
And I mean, what's still to come? That's a big time. I mean, Dune. I mean, there's several December.
But like
Dune 3 has better odds than Doomsday. But I don't. Do those very end of December? Are they that year's awards?
I don't know. I can't remember how it's decided.
Or they can maybe choose. I don't know.
I can't remember because the awards are what in the fall, right?
No, they're in the winter, spring.
Yeah. Okay.
The Oscars and whatever.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're right. In the winter.
So like February maybe.
Yeah, so they'll probably be included in it if I think it's fun.
But even then,
but they're not going to get like any nods.
I can't foresee that either. I mean, maybe Dune 3.
There's got to be Dune 3 will get probably the score again. It'll probably.
I'm excited about Dune 3.
Yeah,
looks cool.
Dune 3 looks really good. You cannot mess up with that.
And you just got great. Well, it's crazy because I mean, Dune 2, from what I can remember, leaves off on kind of a good note.
Well, because it's
and now they're doing the very dark end of
they're doing
stuff.
They're doing the next book. The first two movies were the same story.
Yeah,
they were like the Lord of the Rings. They were part 1 and part 2 of the original book.
But now it's like
the second.
You're
book.
A leader, and you're now
it's like it's very different. If it's anything like the books, there's like a 100-year time jump.
Right. And I've heard a little bit. It's like got a general idea of how it kind of goes.
Yeah, and then somehow they bring Duncan back as a clone 100 billion times, turn him into a sex worm, and Dune gets weird.
Well, and it looks like because I think they're gonna combine.
What was this joke? Oh yeah, this is
things together to end it.
Yeah, they're definitely gonna do something. What was this? This is a joke. I can't remember who said it. It was Dune Part 3. Would you love me if I'm a worm? It's that constant. There's that classic joke about like, if I turn into a worm, would you still love me? This is the one time where it's true.
Oh my gosh, because it's Zendaya or whatever.
Because he becomes a worm.
Dude, I can't wait.
It's probably not in this movie, but in the books, yeah, like multiple characters become sandworms.
Well, they kind of, yeah.
And it's
going to be a wild ride.
It's going to be crazy.
It's going to be a wild ride, and I'm for it.
But it's still like, hey, Timothée Chalamet just genocided 1,000 worlds. Hell yeah.
Yeah, shaved his head, and now he's a freaking...
And now he's Darth Vader. Okay,
yeah,
let's go.
Let's go. Darth Vader. Oh, it's so good.
But I'm hyped for it, so...
We're watching the Doomsday trailer. Mm-hmm. We're now watching the MCU.
I saw that. You're doing an MCU Rewatch podcast.
And it's freaking fun, man.
Where are you at right now?
I am at... We have to watch The Avengers. That's our next one.
Okay.
And I'm just like... All I can think of when I'm watching it... Well, not all I can think of. But, I do compare to DCU, and I'm like, okay, well...
The old MCU slaps.
Man, it just... you watch it,
even
you go,
the worst stuff is better than it.
And you go, I understand why you made it to Endgame. Yep. And are still going now.
Yep.
I get it. Because Iron Man 1's great. Mm-hmm. Iron Man 2
is decent.
It's not great, but it's not bad. It's a good movie. It's a good movie.
It's not bad by any means.
Because the character's great and the story is interesting. The villain is pretty... Nah. The villain is probably the weaker part of, I think, of Iron Man 2.
Oh, yeah.
The Whiplash and with the Hammer Industries, the villain's weak. But Tony Stark's so freaking awesome and Iron Man's so great.
Here's a good way to put it. Would you rather take Iron Man 2 or Batman v Superman?
Iron Man 2.
And there you go.
And what I love about it, what's crazy, Iron Man 1 end credit scene, Nick Fury, Avengers Initiative.
Yep.
Oh, well, now we know where we're going. And then what does Iron Man 2 do? It brings in...
And then you go to the Hulk movie.
Well, and then Iron Man 1 had Coulson.
Yep. And even in the Hulk movie...
We skipped over Hulk.
But the end credit scene to the Hulk is Tony Stark showing up and saying, hey, Avengers.
Yeah.
And it's like, damn.
It's... And then Iron Man 2, you've got Scarlett Johansson, baby.
Yep. She's already in it. Hawkeye's in Thor.
And then
Coulson's in
Thor.
Thor.
My gosh. Iron Man 2, you have the shield, you have Black Widow, you have more shield. And then Thor, I think Thor for me is like, I don't know, because when
it's the weakest of the original.
But what's weird for me is I looked back on because I rewatched Thor. I rewatched Thor. I don't even know, forever ago when I thought I was going to try to do this last time, probably 5-6 years ago.
Yeah.
And rewatch it. And, I was like, okay, I'm kind of just ready to like get through it. It's like kind of dragging on him not being Thor. When I watched it at the time, and then the end wraps, I'm like, yeah, Thor. Woo. But this time I watched it, I'm like, I enjoyed watching this movie. Like,
yeah, it's still decent.
To me, Iron Man 2, Thor, and Captain America: First Avenger, if you're doing like a tier list,
yeah,
they'd all be on the same level.
Yep.
Just like you'd put like whichever one you liked most in front.
Yep. Agreed.
And you know what I thought listening to? I'm like, what's great about it? The soundtrack is actually like, you feel like the Asgard.
Yeah.
That world, you can feel in the soundtrack. And each one of these freaking movies develops the character so well.
Yep.
Because Iron Man 1, he rich playboy millionaire, doesn't give a frick about anything, to wait, this company's a
character
lie.
arc.
It's a freaking lie.
Yep.
And then Iron Man 2 is him thinking he's going to die. I don't care anymore. I'm just going to do whatever. So he has a slightly weaker story to me in that one, but he's still learning to like...
Yeah, it's consistent.
Let others in.
Yeah.
Learning to let others in.
It continues the character arc
set
up before.
And then you go to and not to mention all the SHIELD stuff that's slowly being introduced. Mm-hmm. You go to Thor, and I love Thor's, because he is this arrogant, I'm going to be king, let's kill people, woo, I'm Thor, you know? He loves himself.
Yeah.
And he gets humbled to the lowest level.
Yep.
And has to realize, wait, I'm wrong. And then what I even love more is by the end, obviously he becomes worthy again.
Yeah.
And like the freaking Odin whispering and him
That movie has its moments. It really does.
There's no MCU character that gives me more goosebumps than Thor.
Interesting.
When Thor has freaking cool moments,
that's
it's like,
fair.
Whoa, that was freaking awesome.
That's fair.
When
Thor shows up in Infinity War.
That's the most goosebump moment I have in my entire life.
Yeah.
That moment
when him and Rocket come out of space.
Like, and even the Thor 1, he's freaking getting killed by the destroyer, but he's like, thinking about others and saving lives, and is much more defensive than attackive. And he's like, I'm not, that's not who I am. And he's just worried about others, and now he's worthy, and he's getting beat up, and you cut back to freaking Odin whispering, because he's like dead. He's like pretty much dead. Whoever shall hold this hammer, it's worthy of, whatever.
Yeah.
The power of Thor, and you're like, oh, and the hammer starts moving, and it flies, and all of a sudden the freaking hand catches it, and it's like all his freaking armor comes back on. It's like, and his armor looks awesome.
Yeah,
it's freaking great. And I'm like, this is great.
Yeah,
and it's great introduction to Loki.
Yep.
And Asgard's cool, and freaking Heimdall's cool, and I'm like, this is awesome, and the soundtrack's great, and not to mention Coulson, Hawkeye, whatever.
Yeah.
And at the end, they introduced the freaking Tesseract. And every end credit scene was like, holy frick. It all makes sense when you get to Avengers.
But that's the other thing, right? Again, going back to the build up to Avengers, right? Black Widow was introduced in Iron Man 2. Hawkeye was in Thor.
Coulson's in 1.
The Tesseract
in 1.
The Tesseract and Loki were there from the very beginning.
From Thor.
Then Tesseract was in Captain America, which came out before Thor.
No, Thor was before Captain America.
But was it?
Yeah, I think so. Unless we screwed that up. But I have to still
either way, the Tesseract was in multiple things. And Loki was in multiple things.
Because I think they introduced the Tesseract in Thor's end credit scene. And then in Captain America,
you're right. Yep.
Actually what it does and whatever.
Yeah.
And so...
But it all sets up Avengers. Everything sets up Avengers.
It's the Marvel formula that makes it so great.
Yeah.
And then you get to Captain America, and it's like...
That movie holds up.
I love Captain America. I mean,
there's a nostalgia element to that, because that movie was one of the few DVDs we had on every vacation. In the car, the little TVs in the car.
And what's crazy
I watched that movie 2000. Same thing with Thor 1 and Captain America. I've watched them billions of times. I don't think
I watched any Phase 1 Marvel movie. I know I saw Incredible Hulk in theaters.
Not in theaters.
But I don't remember seeing it in theaters because we were freaking 6 or something.
I remember seeing Avengers in theaters, but that was the first Marvel movie that I remember.
And I know I saw Avengers. I don't
remember the experience, but I remember watching it in theaters.
I think maybe Avengers was the one I saw in theaters, but I have no memory of me going into movies. The earliest memory is Age of Ultron for me.
Okay.
That's probably the earliest, because I remember getting there.
Yeah.
Before I even understood what was going on with Marvel. I've seen the movies, but I get there like at the movie time at Starplex. And we show up, and it's like me and my dad. Maybe it's somebody, I don't even remember.
I can't remember which movie was the first one.
Every seat was packed. So we sat the front row.
That's fine.
And it was like, all right, well, this is where we're sitting. And that's how I remember.
I just remember this was our moment. Civil War is the
Civil War is the turning, like,
that's the moment that I remember being like, this is the coolest thing ever.
Because I mean, at that point, I was already hyped about Marvel.
Like, that was the one that I remember.
But Civil War goes, whoa.
That was the one we were like. I think that was around the time where both of us were like you said, we had watched some of these movies on like DVD.
Yeah.
But like not in theaters.
None of Phase 1.
None of Phase 1 in theaters.
I saw them DVD.
But then we finally caught up to it, and we were just like, oh, this is time. And now it's Phase 2 and then Phase 3, and just like, damn.
So then Captain America we watch. And I mean,
that movie's excellent.
It's amazing. Steve Rogers is the most likable freaking character. And that's what he is for the entirety of the MCU. He is just like the original hero.
Yes.
He's a hero. And that's what he is.
Yep.
And it's just
so that movie though,
you cheer for him, and
it feels World War II propaganda, but in a good way.
Well, that's like almost It's
the directing is really solid. The theming of it's surprisingly good. The effects still hold up, which is crazy. The fact that the young Steve CGI still works.
Yeah, I mean, you could definitely tell it's like that's kind of weird, but it doesn't
take you out.
It's only really weird, I think, because we know what Steve actually looks like. Like I think if you took someone and just watched that and didn't tell them anything, holds up. They probably wouldn't even notice.
All the CG in Phase 1, 2, and 3 holds. Well, Phase 1 holds up,
and
maybe they've remastered it, and I don't know, but
and you can tell he's a charming character. you introduce him and Bucky's friendship, which now means something completely different.
Yep.
Because it's like, oh, that's Winter Soldier. That's freaking, the dude who goes to Wakanda. And like, and now it's freaking Senator or whatever he is, but it's like, that's Winter Soldier. And they don't know, and then you get introduced to Hydra.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, every one of these movies has its fingers in everything that comes after it. And it's freaking crazy.
Yeah.
And Peggy's great.
Mm-hmm.
Howard Stark's in it.
Yep. He's really good.
Young Howard Stark's in it. And
actor 1 of 2.
Oh, man. It's so good. And then,
the one time we see that actor, sadly.
They don't do anything younger.
They do a lot of young Howard Stark, but he's played by the actor who plays him in Iron Man 2. When he shows up,
the older guy.
When he shows up in Ant-Man and in Endgame and all that stuff,
it's that
Iron Man guy. Too. But the funny thing is, the Captain America guy, I believe, was also in the Peggy Carter TV show.
But
and that's the only things he's in.
But
he's very good.
He's good. I mean, it's Howard Stark, and it's like, wow, there's Howard Stark. And at this point, if you've not read a comic book and you've just watched these movies, it's like, hey, Howard Stark.
And again, everything comes back, right? We're going back, not to tie back too much Civil War. The line, my father made that shield. Fuck.
Yeah.
Damn, that was the first Cap movie. It's still relevant.
And then and then how much more does freaking Red Skull going into the who knows where from the Tesseract?
Yep.
Oh, I know where he goes now. You know, and it's like
I think that was something that was very much that was not their plan.
That's just hey.
That was like, hey, we have an opportunity.
Would work right here.
Ooh, cool but opportunity for a cameo.
It's just, that's super cool, and I do actually think watching it, like, the third act, when he's, it's fine. It's
fine.
The first two acts are actually the part I like the most.
Yes, the third act is not as
from the beginning of it to when he rescues the prisoners for the first time.
Yes.
That I'm like...
That's like A+ tier.
Yes. And then it just kind of becomes this basic...
Yeah.
He's going around beating up the Nazis.
It's good. The fights are good, but it's not as interesting as the rest.
Another interesting part that comes back, and Winter Soldier is one of those movies that I have not seen enough, so it's one I'm really excited to watch. Mm-hmm. The freaking scientist dude.
Yeah, Zola.
Zola comes back, I know.
That's a good reference, yeah.
And so, it's like, wow, this is just unbelievable. And the Shield versus Hydra stuff, and there's just so much in there that's like blows your mind. And then of course, the super soldier stuff is just such a constant thing that's in the back.
Yeah.
In the Marvel universe. But
that's the thing.
And they've casted Steve Rogers perfect. He is you just cheer for him and watching him become the little guy.
Yeah.
And then, the little lines that come back. I can do this all day. And him and Bucky's stuff is
that movie
so
is surprisingly pivotal to what comes later.
Yet, it's just so.
It feels so. If
Acts 1 and 2,
you think it would be very disconnected, given that it's like a time period piece. Man, I guess part of it's in Captain America movies, which is fair.
Yeah.
But that movie really does come back in so many ways.
The fact that we're looking at it's crazy because at this point, by the end of Avengers 1, Thanos is introduced as well. Yep. But Phase 1, you already have an Infinity Stone.
Yeah.
We have our first, which we don't even realize is an Infinity Stone.
We have 2.
Oh.
In Avengers, we have 2 Infinity Stones.
Because the other one's in the Scepter.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Because then it goes into Visions for him.
Yep.
Yeah. You have 2 Infinity Stones. You've introduced S.H.I.E.L.D. You've introduced Hydra. You've introduced other characters that are going to show up again. Red Skull, Zola, all the Thor stuff.
Yep.
Obviously the Iron Man tech matters.
Yeah.
And what's crazy, Jarvis.
Yep.
Becomes freaking Vision.
Yep.
Everything
matters.
It blows my mind. When I'm watching them, I'm like, wow. One, you just have a great time watching them.
Yep.
And then watching it through as people who've seen everything, it's like, wow.
You notice things the second and third times.
This thing is going to freaking, wow, look at this. Look how early this was, you know?
Yeah, going back and watching a lot of the old.
And that's
we need to do
cool
more
part.
of this stuff because I will say I saw that you did a podcast about Iron Man 1. We should do, I don't know if you're going to be watching all the movies with Sierra, which is fair.
But we can talk about them.
But I mean, I don't know if we should do I don't know if it might be a lot to do an individual review for every movie.
Like a phase review.
Do like a phase
well,
one.
This is kind of our phase
one. This is kind of phase one.
Yeah. So we'll get like phase 2.
We can do phase 2.
When does phase 2 end?
I don't know. I think so. If
Civil War feels like an end of
it feels like it is. I don't think it is, but I think it's like technically something afterwards. Like
when I watched,
but I'm pretty sure
I want
to
kind of tier list them. But
that's what I'm saying. I think we should do a tier list for phases.
And then keep adding to it maybe as we do phase 2, phase 3.
Yep.
If
I were to guess, phase 1. And I know it's not exactly this because I don't know.
Does phase 1 technically end at Iron Man 3?
I think it technically ends at Iron Man 3.
Okay.
If I were to look back on it, just like how phase 3 technically ends with Spider-Man 2 or something, it really is. Phase 1 ends with Avengers, phase 2 ends with Civil War, and phase 3 ends with Endgame.
Yeah.
Because everything does revolve around those Avengers movies.
Yeah.
It has the Guardians there, Ant-Man's there. It's building up to Avengers 1, and then building up through Avengers 2, through Avengers 2.5, aka Civil War, and then the next 2 Avengers movies.
Yeah.
It's part 1 Avengers, part 2A, 2B Avengers, part 3A, 3B.
Yeah. It's just I would love to know like how early in this process, because obviously they knew where they were going.
Yeah, at least decently. Enough. Yeah,
I would love to know how much really was understood as like, hey, we're going to bring that back and we're going to do this.
I feel like
I would love to know how much.
I feel like it had to have just been pure luck.
Oh, yeah, there's
so much of it.
But I mean, it's clear from phase 1, all of that was.
Yes.
I think phase 1 and phase 2,
yes,
were very much planned out.
All the big beats were planned out for sure. Like I think the broad strokes of everything was planned out.
Yeah, I mean, they knew from the beginning they were doing Avengers, and they knew they were going to do
Thanos at some point.
And I even think they knew by the time you're doing Age of Ultron, you kind of have to know that you're doing Civil War.
Yes. Well, those were back-to-back movies. Remember?
Were they back-to-back?
Yeah, they were back-to-back.
Because I mean, that whole final act of Age of Ultron is what's used as part of the reason Civil War. The whatever accords need to be.
Yep.
Well, and I can't wait to get Civil War 2 because then we're introducing Black Panther.
That movie
and Black Panther
rewatching
has a perfect introduction.
I've always said Civil War is the best MCU movie. I used to think it was cliche until I rewatched it. It still is.
I mean, Ant-Man's in it, and it also has one of the biggest.
It has some of the best writing. It has, like you said, it's in my opinion, well, I think it's the best Avengers movie. Infinity War and Avengers 1 come really close. But that movie, like you said, it has some of the best writing of the team movies.
Yeah.
Has the best character arcs.
Yeah. Has
like a compelling argument for Tony and a compelling argument for Steve, and introduces Black Panther and Ant-Man and Vision. Well, Vision's introduced, but yeah, it's like it sets everything up. It's like it brings everybody in. And Spider-Man.
Yep, Spider-Man's brought in.
Spider-Man was cast for that movie. Black Panther was cast for that movie. Ant-Man's brought in. That movie does so much, and it never feels bloated. And the writing feels like a Christopher Nolan movie from the very beginning.
Well, and the interesting part about it is you almost don't even realize, wow, after Civil War, we don't see freaking Captain America.
Till Infinity War. Yeah.
He's just out on the run.
Yep. You don't see Iron Man until Infinity War either. Or do we? Is there a Spider-Man movie? No, because Spider-Man 2 takes place after Infinity War Endgame, right? Right? Mm-hmm. Tony is dead in the second movie, right? Or is that the third movie? I literally just watched these
I think Spider-Man 2 comes out directly after Endgame.
You're right. You're right. Spider-Man, yeah, because Spider-Man 2...
Because some of the dudes are like older in it, and it's like one of the jokes in it too.
Yes, because
in No Way Home, that's not.
Yeah,
I don't think.
No, you're right. Yeah, I literally just rewatched this movie like 30 minutes ago. No, yeah, okay, I wasn't crazy. Yeah, Spider-Man 2, because it opens with the mural of Tony Stark. That's the whole arc with Mysterio's that because Tony's dead, he gets the Tony tech.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the whole point of that movie. So we don't see Tony
Stark.
What's
after Civil War?
Thor
Ragnarok. Obviously?
Yeah, it was like Thor Ragnarok, Black Panther, Guardians 2. It was like 4 or 5 really good movies.
Yeah.
It's like 2.
Because when we pick up with Iron Man, he's with Pepper and
the next time we see any of the main characters, Thor, Iron Man, or Captain America. Well, we see Thor. Iron Man or Captain America or Black Widow or Hawkeye, or is Avengers. That's the next time we see any of those.
We see Hulk and Thor and Loki in
Ragnarok. And that's about it. Black Panther gets his movie. Spider-Man gets his movie. So no, I guess we do. I guess Homecoming does take place after Civil War. So we see Iron Man in that.
Yeah.
But we don't see Captain America or Sam or any of those guys still anywhere.
Because we don't see any of the people that are on Cap's side.
No, we don't. Because they're all in prison or on the run, yeah. Yeah, right. We see some of the Iron Man people, but that's it.
It's freaking great.
Man, the MCU.
What's so great? Here's what's
the first 3 phases they really nailed it.
Here's what's awesome. Like, it's our Star Wars.
It is.
Right? It's our modern day.
It's our
legend.
Right? It's our Star Wars.
But it's Harry Potter, to an insane level.
It's on a different level than Star Wars and Harry Potter and all these giant franchises.
Because it's Star Wars, it's like 3 movies and then 3 movies. You have your 6 movies. And at the time, especially with the original trilogy, it's like, this is just mind-blowing. It's game-changing. It's movie theaters packed. People go in movies multiple times to see it. Big twists and all that.
Yeah.
And then freaking our freaking
it is 3 seasons of a TV show.
It's 10 years, right?
10 years, 20-something
movies that connect, intertwine, and there's not a single dud.
There's a few duds.
Well, it depends on what I guess you define a dud.
But still, compared to relatively,
but every one of them matter.
Everything matters.
You want to watch,
even
when you're going through it.
Even Thor 2 matters.
There's not one that's like, I don't want to watch that.
Yeah.
I mean, me and Sierra are gonna skip over a couple. Like we didn't. I mean, I would have watched Incredible Hulk, but she's like, whatever. And I'm like, I don't really need to watch Incredible Hulk. It's probably one of the ones.
It's better than you think.
Oh, I've rewatched it and I have no. To me, it's right. It's not a stinker, or anything. And you get Hulk and you get Abomination, you get Ross, and all those things.
Yeah.
And then
doesn't they recast him?
I mean,
he gets one movie and he's gone because he's an asshole.
Well, and Mark Ruffalo's great. I'm glad Mark Ruffalo.
Well, it worked out, but it's just the story of why he got fired is so funny.
That's funny
because he was trying to direct the movie. He changed. So Edward Norton, they had the script, and he did so much improv and got in so many fights with the director. He rewrote half the script as they were filming, and was such a pain in the ass to work with that they fired him.
Like, you know what? The big green guy is the part that matters. So
yeah.
Dude, freaking, and Mark Ruffalo's. I like Mark Ruffalo.
He's good. He's a better Avengers Hulk.
And then, and the other, I guess, change is War Machine.
Yeah, War Machine also.
I think either of them would have been good. I think.
No, they worked out better.
But I like Don Cheadle or whatever his name is
they're better. The recasts are better for at least in the team dynamics.
Yeah,
I can't say much to the character.
I mean, in the Iron Man movies, I was like, they feel like the same character.
They do.
It's cool.
Yeah.
Like, it's not a recast. It's like, what?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm trying to think of what else about Phase 1, what I've noticed. But, I mean, it just is. It's on a different level.
We will
always get to watch them. It's like,
and we have them forever.
We have this stuff. We will always get to watch a full, complete story. No last season that sucks. Yep. No Game of Thrones let down. It's straight up. From beginning to end,
instead we just have
satisfying experience.
Yes,
and then you get a bunch of bonus features, which is what we're living now.
Yeah, and now we're in the bonus feature era, which is the Game of Thrones last season.
Yeah,
but again, they're fixing it.
And they're still making it.
They're still
do things.
They still make some stuff that's very good.
But like nothing can touch the fact that we had
nothing can touch those
Iron Man 1 to Endgame. Nothing can touch it.
Nothing can. Like truly.
And what's cool is you can have your own watches. Like what you're doing with rewatching the Spider-Man movies.
You notice different things different times.
And then you can go back and watch all the Iron Man or go back and watch all the Captain America movies.
Yeah, like I binged all 3 Caps for the for 4th of July because I was like, why not? I hadn't watched
and it's satisfying
experience. And it's satisfying. Yeah.
As long as you know some of the build up and changes that happen between the movies, but
yeah.
I mean, it's gonna be so good. So is the after Avengers? It's Iron Man 3, and then is it Winter Soldier?
Sounds right. I think so.
Because I'm excited to watch.
Winter Soldier is decent.
Some people freaking love that movie.
I've never been on that train. It I think has the best action. In the MCU, I agree with that. For me, Civil War is
because that's the big Shield Hydra kind of resolution.
For me, the third act.
Obviously, Shield 6.
For me, the third act. It doesn't fall apart like some of the other movies it does, but it's not as interesting.
Okay.
It has the Shang-Chi problem, but not as bad as Shang-Chi, right? Where the third act jumps up in scale so much, so rapidly, it kind of takes you out of it.
Gotcha.
But it doesn't have the bad CG problems of all those movies. But it's like Civil War is just better, in my opinion.
Well, I mean, I remember, dude, freaking
like after rewatching both of them,
the
Civil
airport
War is
fight,
definitively better.
And the fact that in Civil War you get the freaking airport fight, which is just like awesome, and you get giant Ant-Man.
Civil War has some of the best action too.
You get freaking giant Ant-Man, and you get Spider-Man.
Yep.
Showing up along with all the just other stuff,
all the great fighting, and then you get the final fight.
And then you get the big kahuna,
which is not only extremely
cool.
It's not only just extremely well choreographed, but emotionally it means it has so much weight behind it.
Because at this point, they're now cool with each other because they think they're after the same villain or whatever.
Tony finally realizes that, right? It's like that's the twist, right? Tony is no longer going after Bucky, but then he finds out Bucky killed his parents, and then that Steve knew about it, and it's like, okay, cool, I don't care anymore.
Yeah, and they just freaking hash it out. They're like, frick it. And I mean, Iron Man's like, well, no. Doesn't he say something like, "No, I'm gonna have to, whatever, do something"? Like
probably.
Like it's like, like they're cool and they're all going in because they're going after freaking Zemo or whatever, right? And then he reveals the secrets, and then you get the iconic.
They recreate comic
freaking the shield and the.
That's what I think. I think it's one of the first movies. I mean, maybe it happened before then. I didn't know. You probably. I mean, there are iconic shots, but like directly recreating comic covers and stuff. Like they did in Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the first ones where they like, this is super famous art. We're gonna have a slow-mo shot of this.
Yeah.
And it holds up.
It's just cool, man.
Mm-hmm.
Freaking Marvel. It will always be there.
And it will always be there. Endgame will always be there.
Yeah.
And then after Endgame, you can.
And even then, here's something I do think when I rewatch it, Endgame will be satisfying. I probably will be like I can recognize after like the initial shock of seeing Endgame, it's definitely not like the best. Mm-mm. It's not like it ends with the greatest movie in the MCU,
but it's still really solid.
But it's still really good.
It's still really good. It's not S tier, but it's like A.
I mean, really, the entirety of the MCU sets up Infinity War.
Yes.
And then Endgame is
a wrap up.
Is an epilogue of Infinity War.
Yes.
Or a part 2.
Yeah.
And Infinity War is really the big kahuna that need to be paid off.
And Infinity War, I think, is top 3.
It's exactly how it had to go.
That's the best. That's one of the best, if not the best.
And you have all these different storylines, and they're all just interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, I can't wait to see our characters again. I can't wait to see it. That's why I'm excited in Doomsday to see Thor.
Yeah.
And hopefully, like, a better version of... I mean, he's going to be like Thor Ragnarok Thor.
No, he's not. He's going to be like Endgame Thor.
That's what I mean. That's what I meant. He's going to be like
the Russos. Yes, the Russos clearly. I will say this: the Russos are the best. If we're going to get a Thor 4, I want it to be directed by them.
Yeah.
Thor has been very iffy from the very beginning for me.
Yeah.
But his best stuff. A lot of people love Ragnarok. I don't like that movie.
Okay.
let me rephrase. I like it. I don't love it.
Okay.
The comedy is a bit too much sometimes, but not as bad as Thor 4. However, the best Thor stuff is in the Avengers movies with the Russos.
Yep.
Infinity War and Endgame have the best Thor.
What other movies did the Russo brothers do?
They did Cap 2, 3, and then all the Avengers movies passed. So Russos did Cap 2, Cap 3, Avengers 4, 5.
Gotcha.
Or sorry, Avengers 3, 4.
Yeah.
And those movies have the best Thor,
mm-hmm.
including the Fat Thor. The characterization of Fat Thor when he goes back and visits his mother is some of the best Thor stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It just is
emotional.
I'm
glad he's not fat anymore.
Even in Infinity War, the costumes they give him the coolest look. They're the ones to shave his head. They're the ones to have the.
Oh, he's the freaking coolest.
He has the
man.
coolest suit. He has the best.
When he goes and creates Stormbreaker, it's like, oh yeah.
Yeah, he has the best weapon. He has the best suit. He has the best characterization. He has the best action of all the Thors. He's serious, but not overly serious like he is in some of the like he is in the first Thor and the Avengers. Sometimes it's a little too serious.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, which the rumor is they still might be making another Thor movie. They might be doing the set in Viking times Thor. There's been talks
like a prequel,
like a prequel set in 1400s Vikings. Which would be really cool.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're in. It would be
his
rated R.
Daughter's going to be relevant.
Yeah, his daughter. They're going to make love relevant, which I didn't like that. I didn't like that beat in Thor 4, but if it paid off well, I'll be okay with it.
Because like she's like referenced in the Thor specific trailer, right?
Yeah. Well, it feels like they're collecting kids like they are Infinity Stones, which is what I still think. Doom's gonna be collecting kids. Yeah, I think there's gonna be. I still think they're gonna tie it into the Infinity Stones somehow. Like they said, the energy never disappeared. I think it's gonna be. I still think it's gonna be some version of 6 people representing the 6 Infinity Stones. I don't. It may not be that exactly, but it's definitely gonna be. He's collecting reality warpers, right? He's taking. Because the way that I see
trying to harness their power or whatever.
Well, yeah, like in order to remake Battleworld, you got to have all the elements of the universe, right? You have Wanda, you have Loki, you have Franklin Richards, you have Sentry. So that's green, red, blue, yellow. Purple would be love. Power's the one that the only thing where my theory falls apart is the Power Stone and the Soul Stone. But you could say the Soul Stone is Captain America related. You could say the Power Stone is Thor related. There's an easy way around it. But either way, it's Steve's kid, it's Thor's kid, it's Iron Man's kid, it's who else? Fantastic Four kid. Who all have it's going to be Wanda's kids, probably. All these people who have the ability to rewrite the universe.
Let's freaking go.
Let's go.
I can't see what they do.
Again, if it's good, I will take back my words.
Probably the biggest mysteries I have is how are you going to explain Robert Downey Jr.'s Doom?
I don't think they're going to explain it.
I just think he's going to be a Tony Stark from a different
I don't
universe.
think so. I think I used to think that.
Do you think we'll see his face?
No. I originally thought he was gonna be an Iron Man variant, but then the more they release the trailers, it seems like they're just fully committing.
Because I mean, at least early in the movie, they're not gonna know it's.
I think they're gonna play it up that he looks like Iron Man. They're not gonna say he doesn't, but I do think he's just gonna be Doom.
Unless they completely do something to his face. Yeah, that's a big mystery I'm curious about. And then the other big one is, I wonder how Captain America.
Yeah.
Where
it makes sense logically. If you think about it, he traveled back in time and broke the universe with his, doing his thing.
Yeah.
Makes sense if there's going to be an incursion that triggers the MCU's decline. It's that.
Yeah.
But so we'll see. It's going to be interesting. I'm not ruling anything out. I no longer do that. If a movie's good, I'll take my words back. But
I mean, no matter what, there's going to be a hype for it, and there's going to be a
yeah.
What are they going to do?
And at least I'll say this: coming off of Spider-Man is the closest the MCU's ever been to back.
Yeah.
So if there's ever been a chance for Doomsday to make money.
Yeah. But let's go. Let's do it. Super exciting. Mm-hmm. Super exciting.